We are live, folks. How are we doing? Let me know, by the way, if my mic and everything is good to go. I'm not in my usual setup right now, but I'm here because the World Juniors has arrived. If you guys are doing good, shout yourself out. Say hello in the chat down below. It has been a while since we've done a stream here on the channel, but we are back and better than ever because World Juniors are back and better than ever. I have been just so lucky today because Sweden-Slovakia was such a close game. I mean, right now, USA-Germany is a little bit of a closer game than I would have expected. But let me know, is the microphone and everything okay? Is the audio and everything okay? I have some Mario Kart World music in the background just as a placeholder for now. Again, I'm not at my usual setup right now. I'm visiting family back at the old setup here, way back in the day. But we're here for a live stream anyways. So how are you guys doing? I think the chat should be good to go as well on the screen, so we should be good to go there. But we got Canada versus Czechia starting in 22 minutes. So let's get some love in the chat for that. For the World Juniors starting up, it's been a blast of a tournament so far. But thank you guys so much for dropping by. Say hello. We got all the beauties here. We got whatever. We got Robert. We got Kevin. Aviv Hoffman with the Czechia flags. We'll be rooting for Czechia. Don't you worry today. Don't you worry. Felt like it's been years since a Grav stream. Gonna be back, Riker. Well, it's gonna be back as well, man. I mean, I'm right now tuning into USA Germany on my screen here. I am just really, I'm a little bit frazzled right now because the U.S. haven't blown away the Germans, which I'm gonna be honest, none of the results so far have been very surprising. Sweden always starts out really badly. Finland is a bit mixed in this tournament. Denmark played them pretty well, and I wasn't the biggest fan of USA's goaltending in this. Coming into this year, so them struggling in that department a little bit. Caleb Hale hasn't been amazing yet. I'm not really too surprised about that. So we'll see if Canada Czechia does surprise me, because in my preliminary predictions, I did actually have the Czechs coming out with that win. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. By the way, there is going to be, for everybody tuning in, there's gonna be a lot more live streams in the future, so a lot more live streams, and those live streams are going to be going a lot bigger as well. We're going to be going a lot longer with them, and one of the things I wanted to do was just focus on the community with you guys through that. So we're gonna have a lot more chat, a lot more community here with the live streams coming up in the future, not just with the World Juniors, but around the trade deadline, and of course heading into the playoffs, where we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. But how are you guys doing? It's great to see you all. Audio is good. Okay, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you. Hey, Liam with the 5. My man. My man. Now, I think this should work. We'll see if this works. what I think I did. Okay, did you guys hear? I don't know if it actually came through, but I put on text-to-speech on the donations. Did you guys hear that at all? Because all I heard was like a very like Siri kind of voice coming through. But thank you, Leah, for the $5. And when it comes to the message there, sent you an email back on team. I did see that. I was like meaning to respond to it. I had like a draft set up for it too, but I will get back to that. Thank you for letting me know, Leah, because yeah, that I had that like saved and everything. I've been crazy busy with these holidays, so I appreciate that, and I will get back to that. Don't you worry. Yeah, that is strange. I don't know why. Is any of like the donation alerts coming up on screen at all? It's very strange. Oh, there it goes. Hey, appreciate Andreas Member for 38 months. My boy is back. Hope you have a good Christmas, mate. You too, man. It's long time no see. 38 months. Absolute legendary status there, by the way. Absolute OG to this channel. So thank you so much for that, man. It's weird. So have you guys heard any of the, like when the donation came in or when the member came in, did you guys hear like any of the alert sounds or anything? I'm again doing it with my Mac setup here today, so we'll actually see if it works. I'm trying this as hard as I can, folks. Honestly, I kind of hate using my Mac. I wish I just had a normal laptop, but what can you do, you know? Mile High says, go Denver. You know what? Fair dues. Sounds good. Hi, Grav. I'm doing good. So glad your live streams are back. How was your Christmas? Mine was good. I got some Apple AirPods Max. Ooh, Jasmine. That's a pretty nice haul, eh? Actually, let me know, everybody, what did you guys get for Christmas this year? Because I got some pretty good stuff. I got a Flames hat. It's around here somewhere, actually. Let me bring it out here. I got this really sick. I put it on the community tab. I got this really sick, like, red Flames trucker hat. I need more of these. I always like to work out with the mesh hats. So they're always nice, and I always need more of them because they get so bad so quick. So we're here for more hats. I need as many as I can. But yeah, let me know what you guys got for Christmas. I'm gonna try to, as we're getting the stream started as well, get this Let's see. Oh, I did have my Twitter pulled up instead. My bad. I have noticed whenever I try to exit out of a tab, this is how bad my Mac is. It's not a current generation one, which go figures is pretty bad, obviously. Apple products always go horrible after the first gen, but I noticed that I do have. I do need to post this on Twitter, guys, so give me a second. Let me post it there. The chat will go away for a second, but we should be good after that. All right, I'm gonna close it out now. We are good to go. We are good to go. We'll just have the chat on screen, and we're pretty close here to game time, folks. We only have 17 minutes to go. Right now, I'm watching the USA jersey in the back, or the USA game in the background. Let me know, has this been a I haven't watched past like midway through the second. Has it been bad goaltending like I suspect, or has it been kind of so defense from the people watching this US game? Because I'm very curious. Because I mean, I'm, as I said in the World Junior Predictions video, I'm not super high on this US team. I thought going in, they had maybe a couple problems defensively with the roster. Goaltending was obviously a huge question mark. You should just consider applying for play-by-play for the Medicine Hat Tigers. Craig, I would love that. I mean, Medicine Hat is super fun. They have such a young roster, so many American guys. So I would be totally down. I mean, we're going to be doing some play-by-play here. We haven't done something in a while. I can't even remember. When was the last... Guys, people that know my channel better than I do, when was the last time we did a game stream? When was the last time we did a game stream? I don't even remember. Was it 2024 Cup Finals? Because we done obviously like trade deadline and free agency and stuff like that. But when was the last time we did an actual game? It's been a while. Is Mior 1920? Yo, what's up, Grav? How is it going, my man? Good to see you today. Team Can has to redeem themselves from last year's roster. Not having Perek or Yakimchuk was a mind-boggling mistake. I mean, Yakimchuk, maybe debatably, but Perek, absolutely. I mean, I think he's gonna have an intriguing tournament because he wasn't dominant in those pre-tournament games. He was somebody that has kind of had his ups and downs defensively, but when he is on his best on the power play, he is an absolute monster. So I think in this context, he's going to have a pretty interesting tournament. But I'm very curious to see how he does because I think his stock is kind of in a bit of a tough spot right now. So I think having that big World Junior is going to do a lot for him, not just him, but his confidence as well. Not just the reputation, but I think the confidence with how little he's played in Calgary, with how weird those minutes went for him. I don't think it was a good situation for him at all. One of the Tampa streams, maybe Jules. By the way, great to see you today. We have so many beauties, so many long-time folks dropping by. Thank you guys for coming in. We are going to be streaming this entire Canada versus Czechia game, and I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. I especially with the World Juniors, we haven't had, at least in terms of on paper, best teams versus best teams, but this Canada-Czechia game is the exception. They kind of front-loaded who I think is going to be some of the best teams in that Group B, but that's fine with me. I'm here for it, man. It's going to be a great opener for both these teams. By the way, I want to know in the chat down below, guys, as we get into things, we got 15 minutes to go until this game starts. As of now, it seems like, and I think somebody put it in the chat. Let me actually scroll back up because somebody mentioned it. Yeah, Robert Novak. Mirka will not play tonight. Can somebody confirm that besides Robert? Because that is, I know he'd been dealing with kind of a nagging injury that left him off the official roster, I believe. But that is unbelievable for Czechia. I mean, we did see the Slovaks lose Luca Radovojevich to injury, and he was a big part, at least going into that Slovak team. They stood strong against Sweden. So we'll see if maybe the Czechs can do the same, though it didn't work out great for Slovakia in the end. I remember celebrating 10K subs on your channel, and now you'll be hitting 100K. Craig, I appreciate the good luck. I mean, I'm hoping so, especially with how we'll be doing some more streams, too. I'm pretty excited about that. Abe Hoffman says, Leafs won't make the playoffs. Bold take there, buddy. Bold take. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm so pissed off about myself, man. The Leafs missing the playoffs was one of those takes where I'm like, oh, but people are going to be mad at me, though. And I shouldn't do that. Because I was like right on the line of having them missing the playoffs, but I still had them as like the second wildcard team or something. And I remember a lot of Leafs fans were like mad at me for, and you know, whatever, I don't care. But it was just funny to me that so many Leafs fans were mad at me for that take, and now you see the position they're in. Now they could still make the playoffs, of course, but it hasn't been great over these last few weeks. How do you think Martone does? Oh, Mika, great to see you in the chat, too. Martone, I am hoping, does really well, because I'm in a World Junior Fantasy League right now, and Martone was my first pick. Not first overall. I think I took him 6th which I think is pretty good value for what Mortone could do. First power play unit, first line on Canada. I think we're gonna be doing pretty well with that one. Let's see. Hockey Arcade Coins, how you doing, man? Knights Panthers game 5. Wow. So it's been a while, eh? The last time we streamed, the Golden Knights were in the Stanley Cup final. That is crazy. That is wild. By the way, we got 70 folks in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for the first live stream in a while. I know I've been slacking in this department, but I want to get back to doing a lot more live streams because I just have so much fun with it and interacting with you guys. And a big shout out to Leia for the donation earlier, to Andreas for as well the membership earlier too. Hey, we got Weather 103 with the subscription. Let me put the alert on the right side of the screen so it doesn't get clogged up by the chat. Sorry, brother. Thank you so much for subbing. I appreciate that. Now, I don't know if we'll actually see any other injuries. I hope not, because Ratty Merca is already such a big blow, man. Such a big... I mean, that guy was going to play like 35 minutes tonight. That game went into overtime. Yeah, Merca's not playing tonight, but he is just today, so we should be playing hopefully next game. Good, because I mean, as much as I really like the Czechs this tournament, I mean, you guys saw I had him in getting the bronze medal in the end. Without Merca, it's gonna be a lot harder. Though I still like that defense and the options there. But I guess that is the thing. With Merca out, let's lock in some score predictions here. Because initially I had Czechia winning this game in my pre-tournament predictions in that video, as one of the bigger upsets of the tournament in the group stage. But with Merca out, that complicates things for sure. So, I want to know in the chat down below right now, what is your score prediction for Canada, Czechia? Do you think the Czechs are going to come out on top even without Ratty Merca? Are they going to be able to climb that hill, play the Czech style brand of hockey? Or are the Canadians just going to get off to a great start and be able to find the way? I mean, I made that prediction not knowing that Ratty Merca would be out. So I feel like I can give myself the grace to potentially change that prediction here. I'm going to lock in right here and right now a 4-2 win for Canada. We're going for it, even though I don't want to see it happen, even though I'm cheering for the Czechs, as you guys know today. I think Canada's going to end up taking it. Just for the power play options, they're just going to make that... The speed's going to make things difficult for the Czechs D. And it would have already been difficult with Merca. It wouldn't have been a blowout game by any means. Czechs always play that hard, close style. But without Merca, man, I mean, that's one of your key executors, key skaters defensively. That's just going to be... That's going to be a hard pill to swallow, I think. Let's see. So some of your guys' predictions. Wheel of Time. Good to see you today. Canada wins 5-2. Craig, 4-1 Canada. Ryan Cardy says 4-2 Canada. Bear Hattie. Okay, I see you. Hey, Turtle Chillin' with the $5 donation. Thank you. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, Grav. Thank you for being awesome. A fan for years. Love your live streams and glad to finally give back. My man. My man. See, the thing is that after every donation, I can hear the text-to-speech, but I guess you guys can't. Let me try to... Is it just a thing where I don't have it loud enough? Can you guys hear this now? Can you guys, like, the music at all in the background, or, like, anything at all? I don't know. First, it's showing up on my screen, but I guess it's not. That's strange. Aerobatic. What is wrong with me? Acrobatic. I haven't streamed in a long time, guys. I promise. I'm rusty. Acrobatic Cat, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Grav Gang. Oh, boy. By the way, Chase Reed is still balling out. I wasn't able to see past the halfway point of the second, but my notes are that Chase Reed kind of rules, guys. He kind of rules. What's up, bro? How's it going, Burr1? Good to see you in the chat, my man. But yeah, Turtle Chill, thank you so much for the 5. Can we get some love in the chat, by the way, for Turtle? Some W's for Turtle, if we can. I appreciate that a ton. I don't know why the music and everything is not showing up, but I'll figure that out for next time. I apologize for that. I went from family dinner straight to this, so, you know, it happens. This is December 26th. It's fine. I'm just here to have a good time. And we're going to have a good time, dang it. And I'm going to force you guys to have a good time. That's what you need to do to have fun, right? Force people? That always works, right? Thoughts on heated rivalry? Well, Mika, I mean, I already put out 3 videos on the thing, which for some people might not be their thing, and I totally understand why. But I adored it. I mean, I was I was seated like legitimately at 11 p.m. CT last night, ready for the drop of the season finale. I think it's just a good show. It has a good balance. I think for even people like me, you have a lot to enjoy in there. So I think for everybody, especially if you're a hockey fan, you might as well give it a shot. I'm feeling a hot start for Canada. 6-2 from Hunzi. Okay, I see you. I could see the same. I mean, the big thing that I think everybody that plays against Canada needs to understand is that you cannot take a penalty. If you take a penalty, you are dead, dog. You are just done. I mean, Sweden's power play looked really fun earlier today, but doesn't even hold a candle to what Canada has in terms of the options there. It's not even close. Not even close. Have you ever watched Face Off? I did watch this first season, but it was a bit boring. I'm sorry. Go Canada, go from Ontario. Luke J. Well, welcome to the stream, brother. Good to have you here today. By the way, if you guys are coming in, just dropping by, let me know where you're from. What country, city, state, province. I'm coming to you from Garland, Texas here. Usually I'm in Madison, Wisconsin, but visiting family here in Texas. So I got to make do with what I can do. Let's see. Do you think Denmark gets relegated? I mean, Jado, they played pretty well earlier, right? I mean, it's going to probably come down to that Denmark-Germany game, though Germany's also playing not too badly here. I mean, this is what we kind of continue to see year after year with the World Juniors, is that there's not a big skill difference. Maybe not a big skill difference. That's the wrong word to say. I think the competitiveness and the level is not as far as it used to be. Like, the days of a team scoring like 17 goals on a Denmark, I just don't think are happening anymore. And Denmark, in terms of the roster, like going in, absolutely atrocious. Just like horrible. They have one NHL draft pick and the rest aren't really too inspiring to me. But they were able to keep a game pretty close against Finland. Nothing insane or anything, but they were able to battle hard. So the fact that they can even do that is pretty impressive enough. And Germany's, not getting blown up by the U.S. either, getting some pretty interesting goaltending. So it's not, I think the discrepancy isn't quite there. So in terms of the actual relegation game, even though we all assume it'll be Germany versus Denmark, I don't think it's a clear-cut case necessarily. We'll just have to wait and see, of course, on that. Have you put out a video predicting the Olympics for all those teams? Not yet, though I'm kind of waiting for those official rosters to be revealed because that's when I think it gets the most interesting. Because I can try to speculate, and we know a good chunk of who will probably be there, but I want to make sure I have things locked in. eLiaminator, let's go Canada. Welcome to the stream, buddy. It's good to see you here today. Maybe you guys will win, just like the U.S. today. We'll see. Coming from Missoula, Montana, Nucci. That's pretty nice, eh? Simonic says from Buffalo, NY. Go Canada, go from Alberta, from Cam. Very nice. Got a lot of family in Alberta. Love it there. Excited to see Misa finally play some more hockey this season. So true, dog. Oh my gosh. I am so ready for Misa to ball out. If anybody balls out, I'm hoping it's Misa and Martone for my fantasy points. By the way, I got this for Christmas, or I got this on a white elephant, and just didn't really care to trade it for anything. If you guys don't know, in Texas/Utah, soda shops are insane. So the big one is Swig, and I got this like super pink cup. I just thought it was funny. 100 viewers, yes sir, Cam, and we're going to continue climbing. Thank you guys so much for joining us here today. We're going to be live reacting to all of Czechia versus Canada. It's going to be a lot of fun here though, folks, because this game I think is going to be a circus. We're going to be covering all with the commentary, with the live plays and everything, so you won't want to go anywhere for that. Or anywhere else, I should say. Come here for that. It's what I really mean. The 7 to 10 teams of the World Juniors and the 11 to 12 at the World Junior A are all pretty close skill-wise, so it makes it a lot more competitive. Teams coming up aren't getting smoked and automatically back down. Yeah, that's the thing to me, too, is well, I don't really want to get into the whole discussion about it, but what's impressive to me is that that's also happening without Russia and Belarus a part of things. Like, Belarus would be pretty interesting this year. Russia, I don't think would be bringing the most insane roster or anything, but it wouldn't be a slouch by any means. They still have some really, really interesting pieces. So the fact that that's happening with the pool pretty watered down because of that, I think that's very impressive and shows just, again, the strengths and the continual upgrades of like the Slovak Federation, of what like Germany's done the last couple of years. They're not teams that are likely to win, but it's not going to be automatic blowouts anymore. And I think that's just great for the World Juniors. I mean, these last couple of years have been exceptional, man. And I love that. I love that for sure. What team are you voting for? Melina, I voted for Canada winning this game 4-2, but it really does depend on, oh my goodness, what a chance shorthanded for the U.S. Oh, how did that stay out? That is insane. What a sprawling save. Wow. This USA-Germany game has been really wild, and I love it. I love it. But yeah, my prediction for this game is 4-2 for the Czechs. And in terms of who I'm rooting for, it is Czechia, just for the upset factor. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I have a lot of players on Canada I really enjoy. So if I can see some I don't know, some Porter Martone goals, some Michael Misa goals, I guess Keaton Verhoff's not in this game, but some Carson Carroll's goals, some guys I like. All right, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. I'm just saying. Where can we watch the game live? In terms of the viewership, you can watch it on TSN in Canada and NHL Network in the US. Bobanets, salute Quebec, mon ami. Welcome, brother. Good to see you. I love that Has profile picture. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream so far, and good luck to the only Quebec or recipient in recipient. That's not the right word. Resident, I guess, in Caleb Delaney at the World Juniors. I mean, it seems like he'll kind of be a bit of an extra forward piece for Canada, which I'm not really too surprised by. But I think it could be pretty interesting in that role. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Hey, Jacob, with a 43-month membership, by the way. Thank you, brother. Getting close to 2 years of Quizmaster. My man. Thank you for 43 months. That is absolutely insane. Can we get some love for Jacob in the chat down below? My man just keeps supporting, keep him being the GOAT. I mean, I'm sure in the first intermission we'll get back on that track. I'm ready for it. All right. Let's see. All right, I got the Canada game loaded up. We are good to go. It's about to start, guys. In 1 minute, we are going to be ready to go here for Canada versus Czechia. If you haven't locked in your predictions yet, make sure you do so. I'm going to try to look up, because I'm pretty sure we have gotten confirmation on that Desnoyers, and just the lineups in general for Team Canada. Because I do want to make sure that everything's locked in, because we did have some kind of question marks heading in a bit more. So, in terms of the Canada lineups, and this is intriguing, for the first line, you got TJ Ginla, Michael Misa, and Porter Martone. I love that combination. You have Misa as kind of the skill balance, especially in transition. Martone is the bang and crash, physical goal scorer. TJ Ginla is just somebody that can also rifle a puck, but just bring that intensity and work ethic and be the forechecker there on that line. So I like that quite a bit for the Canadians. You also got on the second line, Gavin McKenna, Michael Hage, and Brady Martin. We saw this a bit in the pre-tournament games, in those practice games against both Sweden as well as Denmark. It worked pretty well. I think it was a good synergy of different play styles, so I liked it a lot on top of things. Then you got for the third line, Cole Reshy, Cole Baudouin, and then Jet Luchenko. And this is interesting because I think this one could kind of be played in that more defensive role, especially when you have both Luchenko and Baudouin. But Baudouin, when it comes to that just pure physicality, pure forechecking, you have, of course, a Luchenko who can bring that balance defensively. And then on top of that, Reshy as the scorer who can bring that speed and that pace when the puck is on a stick. So I mean, that, again, in terms of what the lines for Canada are bringing here, I'm not surprised. They're all pretty well done. But I think there's just a bunch of great mixes here that will allow them to do pretty well tonight. We'll see if maybe there's anything that goes on besides that. They do some more line changing, but I don't really think they need to. I think they might as well ride with what they got here. Riker with the 279, my man. Hey, can we get some W Rikers? Can we get some W Rikers, please? My man just continues to be a GOAT. Who do you think will be the next big hockey account or country? Okay, country. I was about to say, like, hockey account? Intriguing. I mean, my boy Mike Barner is always killing it, so I would say him in that question. But I will say, in terms of the next big hockey country, I think now it depends on what you mean by big, because I think Czechia has so much going for them right now and is really building something special these last couple of years, not just with the World Junior success, but also the players they're starting to really accumulate. But if we're going on kind of the lower end scale, I do think Slovakia, in what they've been able to accomplish these last couple of years, again, not just with the draft picks, but the consistency across the board, some of that depth they've been able to improve upon. I think they have some really interesting players, especially on the goaltending side, too. They've been really able to upgrade that. Michael Pradell is really nice in this year's class, and last year's class going to Detroit. So I think you have some really interesting weapons there for a potential Olympic team, maybe in a couple of Olympics time. We'll see. But I think in terms of like those up-and-comers, I think Slovakia really intrigues me the most. Soccer B4Y. Hi, who's winning? As of right now, we haven't had the game start, but I'm predicting 4-2 Canada. Hilton Horkoff looks great. Not surprised there. I mean, I think they were running him with Hagens, which is like No brainer, man. You just have Hagens skating around, doing his thing, getting the puck back, using that skill, and Horkov's just the bang and crash, shooty McBang bang, score on all those loose rebounds guy. I mean, it's just the perfect match. Colin Harris says, hi from Manchester, England. Happy Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you, Colin. Thank you for joining us across the pond. Love to see you here, brother, and hopefully you get some good sleep, because I know it might be a little bit later. Who do you think will win the IHF World Championship? I did say Sweden before, but they didn't look great versus Slovakia, so I'm not super convinced. But we'll see how Canada shows up against Czechia, eh? This will be an interesting one, folks. This will really show us how close this tournament is. Because if Czechia keeps this game close without Radi Murka, that is insane. Hey, layup again with the very, very, very nice 169. Thank you, my man. Can we get some love for layup? My man, with the first, by the way, he had the first donation of the day, and then hits us with this one right there. My man. Can I dab you up real quick, Leif? I gotta dab everybody up that donates. You only get a dab up if you donate, though. Sorry. like that's much at all, but still. Finland's not getting Hellenius is a bummer. Miettinen seems injured, and he's the second best option for Finland. I wonder why they left. Oh, it's Lupinen, Sione. A Westergaard is really fast and good. Yeah, I would agree with that assessment, too. I mean, Hellenius is just a brutal blow, considering how dominant he's been in the AHL this year. Really could have been just that pure play driver they needed. And yeah, Miettinen being out, too, really sucks, because he's been real good in the WHL, too. So it's just been it's been blow after blow for the Finns, but we'll see. They no matter what, find a way to stay competitive in those games, especially those close ones. And if they play Sweden, never count them out. Czechia is a lot better than Finland because Hellenius is missing. Czechia is insane, but Finland have the best goalies in the tournament, and Czechia have the weakest goalies amongst top. Yeah, I mean, I would probably agree with that as well. I mean, U.S. I mean, Czechia versus the U.S. in terms of the goaltending battle might be a bit closer. But yeah, I would agree. Their defense is just the structure there, and how many guys that can play defensive roles in the forward group too. I mean, Czechia is gonna be a hard team to score on, even if the goaltending might not be perfect for them. Let's see. I know this is more of an NHL channel, but would you consider covering the PWHL? I would love to. I mean, I just, for me, I want to make sure that every video I'm doing is researched and from the heart, and it's actually like games I'm watching and everything. And I just haven't had the time, unfortunately, to watch much PWHL because I'm watching NHL, I'm watching draft prospects, I'm doing as much as I can. I do love watching it, and I watch a lot of college women's hockey, but it's just not enough for me to like be able to put my stake on anything or be able to do that, and that's my fault. And I should be able to do that a little bit more, but it's just one of those things where it sadly is a bit of a time crunch just for that. But I would love to be able to do that in the future for sure. Brody, thoughts on the U.S. so far? I've been mixed. Now, granted, I've only seen about 70% of this game. I did miss a bit of the second period. Goaltending is just, that's what worries me the most, man. I'm just a little bit unconvinced about everything. I mean, it was weird that they went for Hale in the end. I didn't know if Nick Kemp was injured or something, because I thought he would have been the guy they would go for, but we'll see. Maybe they were just starting Hale to try to see what they got in a low-stakes game versus Germany. Who knows, but we'll see. By the way, y'all, we are a few minutes away from this World Juniors for Team Canada and Czechia starting here. I think we're 4 minutes away from puck drop, so make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Make sure you stick by this stream because we're going to be giving all the hype, all the commentary, and all the updates for this game. And as well, if you're watching the game too on the big screen or something, have the stream in the background. I'll give maybe not as good commentary as wait, is Gord Miller in this game? He was doing the Finland one earlier. I guess he would be, right? Yeah, I might not be as good as Gord Miller, but if I can be second place, I'll take that. I don't think I could ever replace the GOAT. Let's see. Talking about goalies, one of the 25 Czech players to play in the NHL this year, 8 of them are goalies. Yeah, that's not surprising. They have been churning them out, man. I mean, Lucas Dostal recently. I mean, Karel Vejmelka has been really solid in his NHL career so far. So they got some fun options there. Dustin Henser today, Grav. I don't think he's looked great. Also wish he was playing more, though. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. He's kind of playing that third line. I think he's looked fine. A couple of a little bit more lackadaisical turnovers, but I don't think anything that's really bit him much. I don't think it's been an eventful game, but that's also not a bad thing, but it's also not a good thing. You know what I mean? Let's see. USA U20 boys look amazing. I'm hoping that they continue that, eh? I would love to see a surprise gold medal coming for the US again. We would love that. Sweden will win if they stop choking, as always. Yes. That is always the problem with the Swedes, eh? The team of perennial talent, but still insane that they've only won 2 golds of the World Juniors. It is astounding to me with how much talent they always have. I mean, yes, there have been weaker rosters, but they should always be in the mix. But it feels like they always kind of find ways to destroy themselves. Hey, Cameron with the 2. Thank you, my man. Love it. Do you wish there were NHL games on Christmas Day? Ooh. That's a good question. No. That's the thing. I do not at all. As much as it would be interesting, and I think could lead to interesting viewership, personally I don't, because I would not want to feel like I need to work on Christmas Day. It was very relaxing yesterday, where I did not turn on my headphones until like 9 p.m. and I usually would do that first thing as I start to get working, right? So it was one of those things where it's like I enjoyed the day off to just, you know, relax, not have to even, not that I like feel forced to watch hockey, but I always want to be a part of things, right? And watch what I can if it's on. So if it was available, I'd probably watch it instead of spending time with my family, which I probably should be doing. So I'll let the NBA do that. Plus, I also just think in general, it is just good to have the employees for these stadiums and employees for all these teams, and even the players too, just have that day that they can be with their families and everything. I think that's important, and the NBA doesn't really get that, right? So it's a bit of a, you take it and leave it. There's strengths and weaknesses, but I would say no on that. Let me know, by the way. That's actually curious to me. Would you want Christmas Day NHL games? Yes or no in the chat. Let me know. Wish you had them on Christmas Eve. Now that I could do. That sounds a lot better to me. Have you ever been to the World? I have never been to the World Juniors, Nucci. It's really sad. I would love to go. I was close to going this time around, but I again wanted to spend time with family this year. So I will definitely go at some point for sure. That's an inevitability, but we'll see when it happens. All right, folks, we are a minute away from Czechia versus Canada starting up here at Mariucci Arena. I have been to 3M Arena, did that, I think earlier this year, watching a Minnesota-Wisconsin game. Beautiful arena, and we'll see some really good junior action here tonight. Oh gosh, there's 2 Americans as the ref and linesman. They're going to be, the excuses are already coming out. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. I want to see an annual Santa versus the Grinch MMA bounty every Christmas Day. If only we can have nice things, Headser. If only we can have nice things. Do you think Cameron Schmidt has the ability to develop better than Stankoven did for the Stars? I wouldn't say so. I think Stankoven is very, very different than a Schmidt. I mean, you're looking at somebody than Stankoven who was just a dog in every way. Schmidt's a lot more pure skill when he does have those quick skill moments, especially on the power play. Stankoven was more projectable, 100%. The ceiling was a bit more of a question. Schmidt, it's kind of the opposite. I'm still not very convinced about his skating level, and with how kind of opportunistic he is, I don't know if he quite has the physicality to match, but we'll see what happens. All right, Canada versus Czechia is about to begin, folks. Again, drop your predictions in the chat down below if you haven't already. I got 4-2 Canada. Let's lock it in before this game gets going. 4-2 Canada is my prediction. Make sure you lock it in to get some good luck for either side here if you're trying to do that. But we are here for the World Juniors. It has officially begun. Canada versus Czechia. World Juniors started before that, but we'll get some good action here tonight as the Shacks look to starve off Canada yet again. They've had some great success versus them the last couple of years, just ending season after season for them in brutal, heartbreaking fashion. But the Canadians come up here. Carroll's with a shot, quick up, and a good save there on top of things. I mean, Canada, I think, is going to be really intriguing in this game with their speed. We're going to see how much they have in the tank here because they got a lot of weapons. A lot of weapons here on that forward group. I'm fascinated to see as well the goaltending because I think we've seen a bit of a, especially in the past, Canada's always been a bit inconsistent when it came to their goaltending. They've always had especially in the past few years, it seems like they kind of relied on some more heroics when it actually came to game time. But in this tournament, they have so many weapons with Carter George, Ivan Kovic, and apparently they will be bringing a third goalie in Joshua Ravensburgen, which is a bit different than what they've done typically in the past. So I am curious to see how much that holds for them. I hope the Flyers can draft McKenna, getting Gauthier being a rat and Nolan a bust. That franchise needs a star. Well, we'll see if they'd actually play him, eh? We'll see. No, I'm sure they would. Canada in their own zone, trying to get it out here. They'll find the outlet behind their own net. You got Cameron Reed there, Nashville Predators draft pick, storming up the ice. What is your college hockey team? My college hockey team is Wisconsin, since I live right in there in Madison. So it's basically perfect for me. I mean, if I didn't have them, that would be kind of weird, right? Considering I'm like 2 minutes away from their arena. But 2 minutes into the first, not much action here. Cameron Reed back behind his own net again. Storms up the ice, gets the puck around, trying to get McKenna, and he gets the puck again from a loose pass. Trying to get through some pressure, still able to keep the puck. Nice pass across, though. A bit of a saucer in front of the net again, but not able to get it. Was... Oh, wow, that was a close call, man. I don't know what even stopped that from happening, but Hage was right there in front of the net. Seemed like couldn't get the stick across. Maybe it was bobbling a bit on him. But Czechia gets it back to the neutral zone, back again. They chip it in once more, and Danford picks it up. Pressured off the body, but Canada is able to play strong across the boards and get the puck back. Though Czechia able to get the turnover here. Oh, some good physicality there. I'm very intrigued by the Czechs' physicality tonight, because that's, I think, going to be one of the bigger strengths. Even though Canada, I think, has done a pretty good job balancing both that physicality and the skill. I think for the Czechs, I'm pretty sure the tallest team in this tournament too, so they have a lot of beef there. But the Czechs come back into the zone. Interesting chance there. Juracek, though, off the body and back into the corner. He carries it back, though, again. Right around the net. Czechs still have it, and back to the point. Shot there deflected, and it'll go back to the corner here. Intriguing how they're playing Canada so far. Similar to how the Slovaks were playing Sweden earlier. Just heavy forechecking, one-on-one defense here. But a lot of physicality, and that's not really too surprising with the Czechs, but still. Yeah, Minka, I've been living in Wisconsin for like the last couple years now. I'm in Texas right now, but still just visiting on that front. How did Genberg look today? Red Wings have some studs at the World Juniors. Yeah, I thought he looked all right. He was using his physicality well, but I also think Sweden in general was just a bit strange. 5-on-5. But we do get a penalty here as the Czechs go to the box. Some heavy forechecking on O'Reilly. I mean, IHF penalties are always a bit hit or miss, but oh, good chance in front by Chihar, and then a good save by George as well. But we'll see. This is going to be a huge power play coming up. I mentioned it right before the game started, but the last thing you want to do is put the Canadians on the power play. But Vaclav Nestrasil, big-time player for the Czech team, goes to the box. Though, maybe an intriguing player coming out of the box. We'll see. Perek right there. Slapper on top of McKenna. Gets blocked in front, though. He gets the puck back. Not really much of a concern there. Back to the slot. Good pass in front of the net. Block again. Good one there by Vibiger. The Czechs are able to get the puck once more. They clear it out. Big clear there by the Czechs. I mean, they've had a couple of blocks already on this penalty kill. Yikes. Chihar seems injured. A point forward to Czechia. That would be... Yeah, that would be a brutal blow, man. They're looking at the puck back, though. Czechs up the ice on a bit of a 2-on-2 break here. Shot on goal. George just gets the pad on it. A little bit of a sneaky one there between the legs of the defender. Now the Canadians rush up the ice once more. That second unit out there. Hage back to the half wall. He's able to get it back across Perek in front for the slap pass, but no deflection. Perek again, able to get it across once more. And another shot pass, but not able to connect. Hage really looking for that one. McKenna out on the ice, loses the puck, but the Canadians get it back and circle it around the boards. I'm not sure what the strategy is here, dumping the bucket on the power play. There wasn't really anybody there, and they were looking to back out now. 15:08, by the way, to go in the first period. This power play has been a bit iffy so far, but Brunic gets it up. Oh, Reshny, a bit of a bobble there, and the Czechs end up squirting it out into the offensive zone. Brunic pressured there by Hotch, and still able to stay on his skates there. But 20 seconds to go. We'll see if they can find anything else here. Oh, wow. Good. Very, very heads-up play by Juracek to get that poke check out. But now the Canadians are set up. Right across, great chance for Martone, but he just whiffs on the shot. Martone again. Right there. Or no, Bourdain actually, my bad. Another shot, another shot, another block. But NSRSL off of the box. He comes right in front on George, but isn't able to get the shot off. Oh, man. I literally called that, too. I said NSRSL could be interesting out of the box. He gets the breakaway there, but isn't able to convert. Man, oh, man. That would have been devastating. Especially for how inconsistent this Canadian power play has been. Imagine if they scored there, man. That would have been unbelievable. Yeah, what a breakaway save, man. How surprised are you of Geeky having 25 goals going to Christmas break? Man, I can't even... I should have understood it because, quite frankly, he was unbelievable in the second half last year. Oh, breakaway for Canada right there in front! Oh, Martone, chest wide. I'm sorry to whoever subscribed. I was too busy seeing a breakaway get choked upon. I believe that was Martone. It was either 22 or 23. Oh, another big save by George, man. This game has been high-flying so far. I love it. Czechs in the offensive zone here, trying to keep it going. Back around the boards. Not much pressure there. We'll see Sam O'Reilly get it back once again. Man, 2 breakaways in like a minute. That was wild. Was it O'Reilly or was it Martone? I'm not listening to the game broadcast right now, unfortunately, but... doing my best to keep up with the play. I apologize. I'm definitely rusty when it comes to the play-by-play. I haven't done this in like a couple of years, really. So it's been a lot of fun, though. Canada able to establish some good pressure here. Luchenko right in the corner. Gets it back up to the point, but no one's home. And right back to the Canadian end. Perek first to the puck, but pressure by Banach. Adam Banach, by the way, having a stellar season in the OHL this year. Just killing it with Brantford. Stacked team in general, but he's been a big part of that machine. Czechs get another turnover. Juracek, who's been solid in this game so far, gets it out of the zone. Canada, again, a little bit loosey-goosey with the passing here, and the neutral zone gets clogged up. But here they come again. Perek, actually, a one-man show trying to get into the offensive zone. Juracek stumbles, still is able to get that pass across. But the Canadians steal it here. McKenna, good position. He's able to get in front. Can't get that pass. Great block by Juracek again. And the Czechs try to get out of pressure here, but right there, Hage in front for McKenna again, but off the post or blocked again by, was that a block again by Juracek? No way. Great pass though again. Fantastic deke, but a good save. Hage almost able to score there, but isn't able to sneak it past. My goodness. Orzelak's looked real solid in this game for the Czechs. I've been very impressed with him so far. The body position, the poise, has done well with the pressure in front of the net as well. It seems like the Czechs might have their guy with how he's playing so far. But yeah, a pretty solid shift there by McKenna, and that's what he does best, right? When he has that space, when he has that space, when he has that opportunity, he's able to make those quick strikes. Wasn't able to get that pass across. Juracek with a good gloves block, but still. Let's see here. Okay. So we got a commercial break, so we have some time to breathe, guys. We have some time to breathe. Juracek blocking everything from his future teammate in St. Louis. Richard, you hope, right? You hope. It's got to be Ivar, though. It's got to be Ivar. Come on. Come on. That would be, it's just too good. The story is too good. I will hear nothing of it if it's not Ivar. I'm sorry. He has to be the guy. He just has to be. All right, let's see here. Gavin Brindley is better than Will Zellers. By the way, I changed the thumbnail just experimenting a bit with the streams. It's been a while since I've done some live streams, so I'm very curious to get back in the game, right? I mean, I'm very excited to do a lot more of these with y'all. It's been great to have you guys show up in the chat so far. You guys have been awesome. Let me know as well, from what we've seen up to this point, factoring in, who do you guys think is going to score the first goal of this game? Because we've seen some players get real close. Martona's had a couple of good looks. Michael Hage has had some really good opportunities up to this point. But you know what? I'm going to say Hage. I'm going to say Michael. He gets it going. Mikey Hage is your first goal scorer. But lock in your predictions here today, folks, because it's been really close up to this point. But the Czechs aren't backing down. That physicality's been... The patented physicality has been nice. Aitchison shot from the point, though, and that gets deflected. Bounces like a ping pong ball. And Aitchison gets it again. Isn't able to get that pass across, though. And the Czechs get it out. And back to Carter George in net. Quick pass, but good forechecking here. Again, Les able to get the puck across, though. Back to Aitchison once more, and he spreads it out into the offensive zone. By the way, I haven't really... Is Michael Misa playing? Because I don't think I've seen him. Am I going crazy? Coots as the first goal. Oh, I would love that. You guys know I love me some Braden Coots, so I would adore that. You got, Rupe got Benak, Yeko, or Novotny. Wasn't Yeko? Wait. Are you guys... Yeah, Yeko was injured for the tournament, I'm pretty sure. I'm looking on the Czech lineup, and I don't see him. I'm pretty sure Yeko was out for the tournament. So both Richard and Rupe disqualified. I'm kidding. Novotny would be fun, though, yeah. Rupe for sure. Carroll's going to snipe it first. Oh, yeah, he's looked real good in those preliminary games. He has a wicked shot from the point. Wouldn't even be surprised, really. Entrant, what's going on? Yeah, I don't know. It seemed like it was a bit of a... I'm pretty sure it's sustained in practice, Yako's injury. But... just big blow to Czechia. And literally, because he is a huge man. That guy is massive. Chihar has the third option. Okay, good. I mean, Avani works too, of course. By the way, I did end up picking later in my World Junior Fantasy pool Jack Ivankovic, because I didn't know if he was maybe going to play some of those lesser games. So I'm still hoping that he's able to get some action. And hey, I mean, if Carter George gets injured, I wouldn't wish that upon him. But at least I get some fantasy points in Ivankovic. Maybe. We'll see. The Czechs get it up here, and they played this game well. Good support in the neutral zone. They get it back once more, trying to get a shot off. And it goes right in front of George, but just escapes the Czechs. And a big clear by O'Reilly. And back to the point it goes. Fibbiger gets the puck again. Skies it upwards into the Canada zone. Nestrasil trying to get that puck back, but couldn't carry it. Now the Canadians... I almost said the Canucks. Technically true. But the Canadians get it back and turn it over right in the corner. Czechs have been playing this game real stingy, man. Exactly how they've been playing those last meets versus Canada. This is going very similarly. The Czechs just man-on-man, hunting for those turnovers, striking when it's hot. They haven't actually scored yet, but they've been hunting, and we'll see if they can catch their prey. Canada with a loose dump in. Trickles into the corner and a fight for it there. But able to acquire it on top. Shot there, and it goes just wide off a couple of deflections. But nice work by this depth of Canada. Back to the point it goes. Quick shot there on top. Not able to get it across. I'm curious when it comes to the defense too, because they've had some intriguing options up to this point. Oh man, I am up in front. Good. Just deflected in front of the Czech net. A pass that was almost a for sure goal. Oh my goodness. What a play. I mean, Czechia is just coming up in every opportunity here. Almost a pass across. Vajnica wasn't able to get it. Again, both teams just narrowly right now escaping just pure danger. But the Czechs get it back to the point here. Galvis doing some pretty work around the blue line. That shot, though, not able to get through. Czechs still have it, but a turnover there off the body hit. And up the ice goes Michael Hage. McKenna right there. Back to Martin. Oh my goodness. Brunick, actually. It wasn't Martin. It was Brunick coming up on the transition. Just able to get that through. Net's dislodged. Orsolak looks down in the crease. Did he get hit in front? Goalie interference? Oh yeah, Pizhnika is massive. That's a big boy right there. What the heck happened? Oh, the net just came off a bit and it just shook him a little bit. Come on, man. Can goalies get called for embellishment? I honestly think that was worthy. That wasn't I don't know if that was his brightest moment. Carter George first goal, own goal. Mike, I mean, you might not be wrong. If he gives up a goal, it's an own goal. Though, if it's an own... I mean, Carter George, of all people, feels like the last person that would give up an own goal. But that would make it even funnier for us Americans, Mike. So, I have to agree. He he spit facts first, I have to agree. Let's see. I got a PS5 for my birthday. Andrew, nice. Very nice. Hopefully you enjoy. What? Let me know what games you get, man. What clock time for is it on your stream? I'll let you know because I'm currently on commercial break, but I will let you know once we get back to it. Insane. The Czechs have 3Ds towering between 968 and 998 centimeters. It's scary, right? I mean, when they and they can skate too. It's not just size big, therefore they've gotten some really intriguing guys on that decor. I'm pretty excited to see how it goes, and that's without Murka. They're playing Canada pretty stingy so far without Murka. So we'll see. I'm pleasantly surprised though of how the Czechs are playing, even without Murka, which is like the big thing. They've been doing quite well for themselves. Canada wins that face-off, gets a shot on goal on Orszalak, though he gets that routinely into the corner. Czechia, another good stick there. Oh, but maybe I guess not a penalty there. It looked like tripping maybe to my eyes, but I guess not. Aginla, though, in the corner with a couple of guys around him, gets it back to the point. Right there, back to the corner. A little of a shot in front. Aginla trying to hunt for that rebound, but not able to get that shot on goal. Back to the corner it goes. Czechia with some good physicality. Misa gets that takeaway, though, and Aginla gets to work right around the net, trying to get that little rebound right there in front of another shot. But Reeds just sends that high and wide and not able to get that on net. What a chance, though, set up there by Aginla. He's been hunting these last couple of shifts. He's done quite well. Martone up for Misa with some speed. Back to the point. It goes right there, Martone, but the pass isn't able to get in time. Close call, though. Now Denoye gets it back. Martone trying to feed it in front of the slot, but nobody was there. Carroll's, though, back right from the point, and we get a slapper on net. Though not much on the velocity, and Juracek's able to get it out. But Czechia comes right back up. Shot on goal there, too, and another one right there. Oh, that was tantalizing by Czechia. Just not able to sneak it past George, though he was a little bit shook on that shot. O'Reilly, good forechecking there. Gets it back from front, but again, just a slight deflection is able to get that pass or make that pass unsuccessful. We'll see a whistle there. I'm loving what Czechia is cooking so far, though, man. I mean, even though they've kind of gotten by with the skin of their teeth, they've made some good deflections here at the right times. That's all that matters, really. What teams do you think will get top 3? I mean, for me, it's 1 Sweden, 2 Canada, 3 Czechia right now, but I don't know how Sweden's playing, if that's going to be the reality. By the way, in terms of the clock, for Nucci, it's 7 right now, 6:59, 6:58, 6:57. I apologize, I'm a bit behind. I'm watching this game through, let's just say, questionable moral ways. If you know what I mean. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. No. Wait. No. Wait. I'm sorry, police. I'm sorry. Czechs have a good forecheck. Yes, they do, man. I mean, they have just relentless guys. Like, no matter the situation, they will just always have that forecheck going, and that's what I love about their style of play, man. They're kind of inevitable with the way they play. I mean, I would agree with you, but and it's still slightly questionable. Still, my time of the game right now is 6:36. Face-off just happened. Czechia gets it out from their own zone. Canada, after a failed clear, gets it back to the Czechs, and they'll dump it in for a dump and chase. Prek having some issues in front of the nets, and George with a huge stop. Oh my goodness! I mean, that was like right in front of the net, as close as you can get for Adam Banach, and he just isn't quite able to get it past George. I think it was like going through the armpit almost, but then he just was able to hold on. Let me see this again. Just a brutal play by Perek. Oh, yeah, I don't know what he would. Those are the type of plays, and it's really unfortunate because Perek again will have magical moments, but defensively will just his body positioning, his momentum. It's never quite where you want it to be, but still, I think you have some really interesting high-end plays there when he actually is going. Oh my goodness. Why did my stream decide to stop? I see what's in the chat too. Really? Are you kidding me, guys? Come on. Ugh, brutal. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, this is what I get for doing it. Can you guys hear me now? What has happened? What is happening with my stream, dog? Jeez. My mic wasn't even like... My mic wasn't even... It was... You know how I on my OBS mic, I have the light here that shows me it's on. I can like that, and if it's red, it's muted. But it didn't even like show it was off or anything. Like the lights were still on. The lights were still on, but there was nothing inside apparently. I guess. But there we go. We should be okay now. Let me know if you guys can hear me now. All right, perfect. Let me turn it up a bit in terms of the gain. Hey, Kat, how you doing, man? It's good to see you today. We got editor, we got producer/editor, Kat. Welcome to the stream, my man. I come from the future. Dallas Stars versus Tampa Bay Cup rematch. Dallas Stars wins in 7. Conspect Wyatt Johnston, who gets 29 points. You're speaking my language, big dog. You're speaking my language, NATO. I'm just saying. You're speaking my language. I'm loving it. All right, we're good. That's good. Sorry about the craziness. Again, I've been traveling, holidays, Christmas. I'm making up all the excuses as I go. We'll make it work, though. I appreciate you guys all for sticking with us today. I know it hasn't been ideal by any means, but I'm doing the best I can, guys. Let's see. We got some folks as well coming by recently. We got Triple OG Blue. How you doing, man? King Shamans, welcome to the stream. Anybody else I missed, we'll see. But yeah, this has been a really back and forth game so far. Like, even though the Czechs have given up this goal, like they've still had some really good chances. But it's been very like one chance for one team, then a block, and then it goes the other way, then another chance for the other team, and then a block, and then it goes the other way. Like, it's been very opportunistic. And Canada's gotten that goal in the end. Oh, bang into the net. Crash into the net by Czechia. And now that goes the other way. Canada here. Luchenko, drop pass across, though Coots isn't able to get that shot on net. Another block for the Czechs. I mean, they're just racking it up now. Polatine trying to get it across. Good little deke in front. Nobody's able to get that shot away. Czechia comes back to the point, though. Pajnika. Back to Polatine. Deflection, and they score! Czechia able to get the deflection in front. Was that Polatine or was that Banak? I think that was Polatine with the just very slight deflection in front of the net, and the Czechs are able to regain, or I guess regain the even score. I mean, that's exactly, again, both goals up to this point have been exactly how these teams draw it up. With Czechia as well, you get the dump in, you get the sustained pressure, you get the shots on net, the pressure in front of the net. I mean, you had earlier in that shift as well, I think it was Polatine driving into the net into Carter George to kind of rattle him a little bit there. But yeah, great shot there by Banak, and it's perfect onto the tape of Polatine, who gets that deflection to tie this game up. We got a new ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Banaku, again, continues to have just an excellent, excellent season. That is Politin to a T, though. He's just the finisher. He's that guy you want finishing that play, and he does it perfectly there. Oh, I'm sorry, Rupe. Yeah, mine's definitely a bit behind, but I'm doing the best I can with that. Yeah, Pajnika with the assist, too, which... he's played pretty well up to this point, so it's good to see him get rewarded there. Bit of a tough bounce there. And now the Czechs go up once again. Ooh, close play again in front of the net. Another shot there, but just wide on George. Man, the Czechs are rattling off the shots now. It's kind of been a bit of a interesting one now because they've been really they've been really hammering them as much as possible. But Hage again from the point, shoots it and scores! Canada strikes back, and Michael Hage is on the board. 2-1 Canada. What a shot. Holy man. That's just a wicked shot from the blue line, man. That was really all Hage on that play, though, getting that possession started back up. A good drive there by Danford. Just really solid play all around there, though. And that was just an unbelievable shot from the best number 29. Not really much of a chance there for Orzelak. And it's a 2-1 game. Holy, the replays just get nastier every single time. That's just disgusting, honestly. That's just disgusting. But the assists go to Brady Martin and Ben Danford. Danford's had some really interesting play-pushing moments in this period so far, which is pretty intriguing considering how he normally plays. Wow. What a rock star, man. What a rock star, Michael Hage. I mean, that's not really much of a surprise if you know Michael Hage, but still. But yeah, that McKenna line has done real nice so far. I mean, even though he won't get a point on that, that's the type of adaptability you want to see a bit more of from him. But again, look, comes in front. Misa tries to chip it in, just not able to get it. Back to the corner it goes. Porter Martone right there. But a bit of an errant pass and off the Czech stick and into the Canada end. I will say, for as much as the McKenna line has looked good, the Misa line is been a bit iffy so far, but also I'm not really too surprised about that, considering the NHL guys coming back into Misa. It was always going to be a bit of an adjustment period getting back into play. But I still think, I mean, this has been a wild circus of a first period, and I'm all here for it, man. Quick strike there again by the Czechs. They're just pouncing on every shot possible. Pajika again with a shot. That one gets blocked though in front. If we're just going off of the block shots, though, I'm sure Czechia is way up there. But Martone on a 2-on-2 here, right across, able to get it, trying to slide it through. And Orzelak is just able to make the save. Holy. Jeez. Was that Brunick streaking through? I can't. I am blind today, folks. I'm sorry. That was a big time save, though, and a big time moment. My goodness. What a pass, though, by Porter Martone. That was incredible. I mean, I was just saying that they weren't having the greatest game, but Martone individually can always pop in a specific play like that, especially on the rush. And he did there. But yeah, how are you guys doing? We're back in the commercial break here for the game itself. But this has been a really fun game. I've been really enjoying it so far. I mean, all the World Juniors is fantastic if we're actually being real, but still. Having a teammate TV timeout with 42 seconds left, really. Yeah, I mean, that's not too surprising to me, though we were seeing a lot of time there. Minka, yes, I'm a Hage fan. True, as you should be. Everybody should. Everybody should. I appreciate that, Rupe. Yeah, I mean, it's the thing is we haven't done a game stream in like 2 years or something, so it's been a while. But we're still doing as best as we can here today because I just want to have some fun with you guys. I'm really curious with how this World Junior is going to go, because again, if Canada can play up to the level that roster is capable of, then you got unbelievable. Oh, it was O'Reilly. I don't know, why are these numbers just killing me right now in Canada? It's not a problem on the Czech side. I should be able to read these numbers, but again, so many of them have number differences. The Porter Martone 22 to Samuel Riley 23 is really getting me though, and I'm gonna destroy them for that. How dare you not prioritize me and choose distinctly unique numbers for all you guys? Unbelievable, honestly. Truth says 3 World Junior Champs in a row. Go USA. Well, don't jinx it now. Don't jinx it now. Well, let's hope, but don't jinx it now, okay? Let's see. Compatible says go Canada. Yeah, let me know in the chat, actually, for you guys. Who are you guys cheering for tonight? Let's get a 1 for Canada if you're cheering for them, and a 2 for Czechia if you're cheering for them. As you guys know, I'm cheering for the Czechs, but I think this is going to be a really interesting one. So I'm going 2. I'm going 2 on that one. But I'd love to see the split. How many Canadians do we got in here? How many Czech supporters? I hope Latvia beats Canada tomorrow. Never count out the Latvians, man. For some reason. For some reason, they've been really interesting these last couple of years, actually. Marteau trying to get in front. Another shot there. Sneaky rebound. Canada tap it in. And it's waved off. It looked like it was no goal, but it was waved off. We will definitely be getting a review here now. Agila was tapping at that rebound constantly. Juracek trying to lay it all on the line in front of the net. That was a wild play. Yeah, it was Agila. Oh, Agila trying to go between the legs. Did he get that? Oh my goodness. Did he get that between the legs? That would be ridiculous. We can't, it doesn't really look like it. But they obviously have better camera angles than us. Oh my goodness, I think Curon saved that. Max Curon, Avalanche prospect, I think got it with the glove. No way. And that is the end of the first period. That is crazy. See, the thing is, the lights were coming on, so I didn't know if that was a goal or that was the period ending lights. But I don't think that's a goal. I think Curon saved that. Wow. I want to see this again. Oh my goodness. He actually did. And then almost immediately swiped it away into the boards. That is insane. Oh my gosh. What a hero, coming in right at the end of the first period too. And that save as well to get it away from the net was huge, because Misa would have been on that rebound right there. Wow. Man, what an end to what was a really good first period. That was sensational, y'all. It looks like they will be reviewing it. I mean, I guess it could have crossed the line, but he definitely blocked it. I guess the question will be, did it go over the line? But I think it's going to be really hard to tell, because I think he blocked it with his knee. Yeah, I don't think that's over the line. He blocked it with his knee and then caught it with his glove and shoot it away after that pretty much immediately. So I don't know if they're going to be even able to see if that crossed the line completely. I don't even know if that would be possible to tell. But they're still reviewing it. We'll see. I would be shocked if that's called, because it was waved off initially, though. You never know about that. I mean, the goalie interference earlier with Vigo Bjork was a bit of a crazy one. So we'll see. Even no matter what a crazy end of that period. Yeah, Latvia's got some good boys. Smith's gonna be really fun. If he covered it. Interesting. Interesting. Without the Pacific is a Oilers Ducks first round seems super fun, but an Essential Stars Wild seems like a waste for a first round. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Though, if it is Edmonton Anaheim, the throwbacks to, what was it? Was it 2016 or 17? I think it was 2017. Of that unbelievable series between those two. All right, we're going to get the actual confirmation here. Good goal or not, what will it be? This has a big effect on the rest of the game. And no goal it is. And yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there was like the chance that it could have crossed over the line potentially, but we'll see. I mean, I think for Canada, that's just a tough break. That was just Czechia again blocking a shot at the perfect time. And again, not in terms of the covering, I don't think he really did much there. He kind of just like swept it from under him. I don't think he was really holding it that much, but still. With how the actually, I already read that. My bad. If current McDavid was on Latvia, would they win the tournament? Current McDavid, yes. Absolutely. I mean, okay. They would absolutely medal. Like, I don't think we're realizing that Latvia is a pretty solid team. Like, they have a lot of like defense, big physical players, and a good mix of younger guys too. So like they don't have like a complete lack of players. Like Albert Smits could absolutely move the puck with McDavid 100%. Mernix could be the shutdown center. Like, yes, it's current day Connor McDavid for sure. They would absolutely medal. Maybe versus Canada or maybe like a Sweden, maybe they would have some trouble. But it certainly wouldn't be McDavid. He would be feasting upon these guys. Are you kidding? Connor McDavid seeing Caleb Heel in net for Team USA, he'd score like 7 goals in that game, dog. Like, he would feast. Now, again, in those tougher matchups, it would be intriguing. But I just think in terms of this pure skill and strength difference, it would literally be a man against boys. And it would be kind of ridiculous. It would be really funny, but it would be kind of ridiculous. Now, if you said Denmark, I think it might be a bit closer because I don't think the goaltending is there, which he's going from Edmonton to Denmark. He's used to not great goaltending, but the defense isn't amazing either. Like, you have some more core issues to that team, I think. Latvia, though, I mean, I think Latvia is already a team that I think could upset potentially. Maybe not for a medal, but for a team that could bring some strength. So I think there's a chance. I think McDavid would make him close for sure. I mean, considering how much he carries the NHL Oilers, I think he could absolutely carry the U20 Latvian team. Well, Vancouver pick McKenna or Stenberg if they get first overall. Hometown player versus Swede. I mean, I think for them, it just kind of depends on what they value more, because McKenna's more of that, again, quick strike, power play. You need one pass to be made to score the goal, and that's McKenna. The rest of the game is a bit of a work in progress. The effort level is a bit of a work in progress. Stenberg is the more consistent, more effort-driven player, more of a forechecking guy, good along the boards, and has, again, a pretty good quick strike to element to his game. Jacob, when was Sweden's last WJC gold medal? Coming in with the donation and the trivia question. It's been such a long time, brother. Thank you so much for the dono. Can we get some love for Jacob in the chat? And also some answers in the chat for that. I'm going to go, because it's been a... Now, this is the thing. I always get U18, U20 confused when it comes to the actual gold medal winners, because obviously Sweden has done that a lot more recently. But I'm pretty sure it was like... Wait. I actually have to think about this, because... Now, granted, I haven't really done a lot of research on like World Juniors before my time, but it's not in the last decade. I know that for sure. I'm pretty sure Canada won 2012. I'm either gonna say 2013 or like 1998. I don't know why, because again, it's not coming to me at the start of my brain here, which is really bad, but is still the case. But yeah, I'm gonna go like 2013. Or did Canada win 2013? I think they did. Or no, wasn't Sweden really interesting in like 2011? Like that was like the Zabinajad draft year, like Landeskog. I gotta go 2011 or 1998. Okay, I'm gonna now look at the chat. Let's see. People are saying 1997, 2013. Grab this as a trivia question. There's been one player drafted in the NHL's history who has a Jamaican citizenship. Can you name him? No, I would not be able to do that, Riker. Drafted. Definitely not. Definitely not. Hey, thank you guys for the donos, Layup, and also Jacob. Oh, there you go. Why did I think that Canada won in 2012? That's my bad. I was close. I was close though. And yeah, we got Layup coming with the 5 and then Jacob with the 2. Thank you so much, you guys. Appreciate it a lot. Can we get some Layup hype, some Layup W's, as well as some Jacob W's. And if you give W's, your life will be better. It's just confirmed. You'll have more luck in your life. You'll get all the love you want. You'll do everything you want in your career. All you got to do is give some W's in the chat for the people that donated. It's true. Don't ask me. I didn't make this up. These are not my rules. They're just the gods. Which gods? I'll leave that for you to discover. But yeah, 2012, that with the ZbTheJad OT. I was thinking ZbTheJad. Yeah, that whole early 2010s was kind of a blur to me. Because I wasn't watching back then, but it was also like recent enough. But it was a weird time in terms of the World Junior stuff. But in terms of like the highlights, I know those for sure. But yeah, I was full when it comes to trivia, Jacob. So I'm not surprised. I already did. Which, yeah, it's to be expected. Yeah, the Ristolainen winning goal. Finland, Sweden, man, there's nothing like it, truly. Like, there never will be anything like it. Thanks, man. Your coverage of Heater Rapper is giving me the hockey stuff. Hey, Blue Cactus, thank you, man. I appreciate that a ton. I mean, I have had such a blast watching that show, and it's been so much fun to just experience that with so many great people. And it's great to have you in the hockey community. Welcome. It's good to have you here, and the World Juniors as well. If you're looking for some good hockey to watch, to start things off, there's really nothing better than the World Juniors, at least in my humble opinion. But yeah, let me know what team you're cheering for, what country you're cheering for in this tournament, and I can try to give you some like a little preview or something for you. But just welcome to the hockey community. We're very glad to have you. Jasmine, this trivia question: in 2018, in this Tri-City Americans, had 2 players have almost 30 points in the playoffs. Can you name these 2 players? Trafix Wolanski. Wasn't he like really sick for the Americans? Like around that range, I think. Trafix Wolanski and okay. Man, even for somebody that like studies elite prospects constantly, I should know stuff like this. But I do think it was Trafix Wolanski. And who else was even on the Tri-City Americans? Like I'm thinking like current day stuff now. Jackson Smith was obviously way later. Tri-City Americans, because the Tri-City was pretty bad as well for a while there. All I got is Trafix Wolanski. I'm sorry. That's all I could. I don't know why I can only think about this one player. Who scored the first goal? BPM. The first goal went to Brady Martin from Gavin McKenna and Michael Hage. And then he assisted on that second goal by the Canadians. Let's see. Caplan's goal against Russia in the final and OT in front of the home crowd against their biggest rival. That's a memorable final. Yeah, Finland always seems to have just memorable, like, big time moments at the World Juniors, and I love them for that. I was contemplating asking previous golden goals. Most of them here have been in recent memory. Yeah, that is true, and I would be able to name those a lot easier, I actually think. I'm in Utah, so looking at the Mammoths in USA. Hey, well, that's awesome, Blue Cactus. I mean, the Mammoth have been a bit inconsistent this year, but if you do go with the Mammoth, I mean, they're a super young team. They got a ton of skill up front, so I think you'd enjoy that a lot. They're just a bit frustrating in terms of like the defense and the goaltending sometimes. So you kind of have to go with that a bit. But if you're looking for fun, that you could go a lot worse than the Mammoths. So I like that a lot. Just in terms of the players to watch, you got guys like Clayton Keller, Logan Cooley when he's not injured. Dylan Gunther's a ton of fun. You got some really fun young talent there. And for the U.S., I mean, pretty much the same way, honestly, with this team. I mean, a bit of a goaltending hole. They're kind of trying to figure out what they want to do. But the forward group is stacked. They got a lot of great names there. And a lot of guys returning from last year. The defense has some intriguing names. One of the bigger ones to me is Jace Reed, who scored earlier today, by the way. Unbelievable in the game I watched with the U.S. tonight. But in terms of the puck movement, in terms of the power play ability, I think Reed's going to get a lot of play as this tournament goes on. Hey, appreciate that, Cameron. Let's get to what are we at right now? I have not been even checking. All right, now we are at 52 likes. Thank you guys so much for that. If we can get to 100, really appreciate that, of course. Helps the stream get out there to new folks, and always it helps the stream just get out there to people that might not be looking for stuff, but it's the best way to support the channel on top of the donations that you guys have been very generous with so far. Big shout outs to Leif and Jacob. You guys have been killing it tonight. The answer is Michael Rasmussen. I do remember him in Tri-City. I did not remember Morgan Geeky. I would have never been able to tell you Geeky in a million years. But I do remember Rasmussen, and that guy is a junior player. No wonder he did pretty well there. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're just a big player who can skate faster than a sloth, then you can do pretty well in junior hockey. But Rasmussen, man, I mean, he's one of the telltale signs of a guy that had just so much size and just a good knack for the net. And he turned out to be what he turned out to be. What kind of should have been expected the entire time. A fine bottom six center, probably fourth line center. But yeah, that is fascinating. Seattle Geek Squad watching Morgan these days. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Kraken fans, because Geeky must be brutal to see right now, just balling out as much as he has. Now, granted, Pastrnak has been an unbelievable playmaker over the last year, and you don't have that type of player in Seattle. So I don't think Geeky would have been close. Maybe like 50% of the player, maybe if you put him in the right spot, but that's kind of wishful thinking, I think. Banach will have a good second period. I hope so, Rupe. He's been awesome so far. I've really enjoyed watching him. Which, not a surprise. Banach has always been good against junior talent. All right. Second period will be starting up here in a few minutes' time. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you hit a like button. Say hi down below as well if you haven't. I am really glad I'm doing this now because my voice is already starting to crackle a bit. But I need to practice because I've been out of the game for so long doing these game streams and actually just talking as much as I have. It's been fun to get back into the grind, though, guys. It's been fantastic to see you here tonight, and we're going to be doing a lot more throughout this year's World Juniors, so stick here for that. Shocking that Will Zellers was only a late addition to this U.S. team, 2-1 in the first game. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really even that surprised because he's been put in a good opportunity to score. But, again, it's one of those guys where if you give him the opportunity, he's going to strike and strike fast. And for the U.S., they kind of seem to lack that a bit on their bottom six. And I'm really glad they have Zellers, of course, because they can have that and add that element to their team. But he's really good. And those, again, kind of like a Gavin McKenna, when you need those very quick strike plays, he'll be there for you. Cam with the 2. Thank you, brother. Random question, but favorite line in the NHL? I like this question a lot, Cam. Thank you for asking it, by the way. And let me know as well in the chat, too, what your vote is on this, because I kind of go back and forth. I would say, to me, actually, that's a great question. Let me look up, because I have a few that I'm kind of debating between that kind of cycle around for me. I need to actually see I need to look up daily face-off or something and actually see what's going on here. Okay. I will say when they are going, I think in Columbus, Marchenko, Fantilli, and Voronkov are a riot. And it's insane that they don't have those stitched together all the time because they are incredible. But I will say I really also enjoyed, at least recently, I've actually quite enjoyed Demidov, Kapanen, and Slavkovsky in Montreal. Seems like they kind of synergize each other pretty well. Slavkovsky's been a great addition to that second line. So they would be up there for sure. Though I would have to say, in terms of just pure fun factor, what Graf, Celebrini, and Chernyshov have done, Graf, Celebrini, and then also Will Smith, those three have been unbelievable. And then apparently you have Chernyshov as well coming up into that top 6 recently. So that's really cool to see. But San Jose just always has fun on their top 6, and I love that. Oh, who subscribed? Did somebody subscribe? I'm so sorry. If you subscribed, I love you. Just know that, okay? I love you. Okay, it was Rexlix. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Right now I'm loving Slav Kapanen on Demidov. Hey, Cam, you read my mind. You read my mind, my man. Kachuk Stützle Zetterlund, no bias. I mean, Zetterlund's been... eLiaminator, let me know. Because I know earlier on in the season, Zenderland was a bit hit or miss. But has he turned that page? I mean, from what I've seen the last couple weeks, he's looked a lot better, a lot more confident, which is kind of just the key to him. He thrives under that poise. But has he kind of been turning that page? Because I'm really rooting for him in Ottawa. When Czechs get back Merca further down in the tournament, deepest D-core in the tournament for sure. I mean, yeah, they've been playing pretty well. I mean, I think they've done a good job trying to neutralize a Canada attack that just has so many consistent weapons day in and day out. It's not easy, that's for sure. They did a good job here. My favorite line is Teravainen, Dickinson, and Mikheyev. Really? No, I'm kidding. That's just an interesting one. I'll say that. Zachary, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you here today. Also, Grav, you want an answer to my trivia question? Check my second to last message. Okay, let me look for it here. I'm going up. No, wait, no, I lied. There's one kid with Jamaican citizenship that signed with an NHL team, and his name is Anson Thornton, who signed with the Arizona Coyotes, and he's still in the system as a goalie. Really? He's still in the system? Good for him. I have not even... The fact that I've not heard this man's name in my entire life is unfortunate, because I want to become the ultimate knowledge knower of Anton Thornton. Sounds like an EA NHL name. Who subscribed? I remember those days for like 4 to 5 years ago. Yeah. I need to bring that back. We got to bring back that classic. Do y'all think a European country will win, or will it be USA versus Canada? I mean, I think it's Rex. Thank you for subscribing, by the way. I think Sweden has the best chance out of everybody, but Czechs have been playing Canada hard so far today, and they'll always have a chance in these games of how they play. Even Finland, even though they've had some their problems, you could never count them out, especially after the preliminary rounds. So we'll see. Also in that first period, an even 11 shots on goal for both teams. So Czechia, even though the score isn't tied, they've been putting in some pretty good work in this period. Let's see. He's been great consistently, but Schuss has been on fire, so that helps. He's scoring now more, which is nice. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when Schuss has the goal scoring element to his game, it's huge, and Zetterlund also benefiting from that a bit more too. So that's very nice. Unfortunately, none of the lines on the Kraken, which is why Chandler Stevenson is still in the top 6. I'm so sorry, Leif. I mean, I don't even know what to say about the Kraken anymore. They just kind of hurt me with how mid they are, and it's really sad. I really, the fans there are so fun. The team identity is so fun. Well, not the identity, but the team branding is so fun. The actual identity on the ice is just pure stick in the mud. And I'm sorry, it just kind of sucks. It's kind of depressing to watch. But the second period has started for Canada versus Czechia. And immediately we get some big hit there by Czechia around the boards. Love to see that. Czechia able to escape some pressure out of their own zone here, though. But Canada gets back to it. Close play defensively there by Luchenko, but not able to get it out completely. Czechia back in front of the net. Right there, Fibiger, a shot, but big save by George. And a big thing as well in this game so far, he hasn't allowed a lot of rebounds, which has been huge. That's been one of the bigger things. Czechia's been lobbing pucks on net, trying to get those extra chances. George isn't allowing them. They're the definition of Pierre Dorian's quote, "We are a team." Yeah, I mean, I still can't even believe he said that. When you look back on it, it's so sad because it's like, well, yeah, that didn't end very well, did it? He wasn't even just saying a bad quote and, you know, his team was actually good. Oh, by the way, Leif, I'm so sorry because I completely forgot that I didn't read your message earlier with the donation. Saying, I can imagine some GMs on awful teams in the NHL secretly imitating Red Dead Redemption 2 and saying, has anyone seen an Englishman named Gavin? Now, hi, partner. Have you come across a fine little lad named Ivar? They see him over in Sweden, and they got a lot of attention on this man, and we want to bring in this gunslinger. You wouldn't happen to know his whereabouts, now, would you? And Stenberg's just hiding in the corner. He's bored battling with somebody, even if he's not on the ice. Canada up the ice, great pass across by Aginla, but not able to get that past. Oh man, that was a close call. What a pass by... What a pass by again, Leba. Green Tree just wasn't able to get it past Orzhal. Orzhulak, sorry. Orzhal is a NCAA women's hockey player. What's the best, cheapest way to watch the World Juniors and or Mammoth? I mean, in terms of like the cheapest, I know the Mammoth have like their own like streaming service that's kind of like specific to them. If you do live in Utah, that would probably be the only way. Though you could also, you know, surf the pirate waves out on the sea if you wanted to. I'm reading, of course, from my country of Latvia, but if things fall, then Denmark or Finland. That's fantastic, Rexlex. Well, welcome to the stream as well. I'm a big fan of Latvian hockey, what they've done the last couple of years. Some real nice stuff coming out of them. Not even just in terms of the players, but just the style of play they presented. They become a real hard out in this tournament, for sure. After a close chance by Czechia, Canada goes up the ice. Hage tries to get it, but turns it over. Gets it back, but then gets absolutely bodied on the blue line, and the Czechs come back up with the puck. Yikes. I mean, not like in a way that was super embarrassing. He just got rocked. Like in a very, like, oh yeah, he just got rocked type of way. Sam O'Reilly up the ice, gets it across. Right there, Aitchison a shot, but another shot by Aitchison blocked in front of the net. Czechia again forechecking well here. Getting it around the boards and back now to the point. Juracek back behind the net. Able to get it across, and Fibiger right there with a shot from the point, but a big block by Canada. They've started to rack those up in this period already. Juracek a drive. That one gets blocked as well. Danford with a couple of big leg blocks here already in this second. This is pretty much a continuation, at least so far, of that first, where it's just back and forth. But Novotny, it looks like, just gets the puck back. Fibiger back at the red line. Able to shoot it down deep, and George plays it out. George a bit leisure with the puck, but just able to get it to his partner. And Canada will sky it out. Was there a whistle there? It seems like. I guess so. I'm very curious to see how, as this game develops, how the defense for Canada continues to play, because they've had an interesting period up, an interesting game up to this point. It hasn't been rock solid, but I think they've done a good job of what they gotten. Brady Martin, by the way, in some pain after a hit in that last shift. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Already 2 assists on 2 points in this game. That'd be brutal if he's left out. Hey, thank you, Hockey Arcade. I appreciate that, man. I mean, I could do some really fun voices, but I'm not going to do that right now because my voice is dead. I'm just done. I'm just destroyed. And it's really sad. Quick shot by Czechia, but Carter George just able to get the pad on it. Or, sorry, the blocker on it. And cover that. That's, again, one of the bigger things I've always noticed about George is that he just keeps everything quiet. He's always composed, always knows where to be. And even if he's not going to be elite necessarily in his movement or the game-breaking saves, he always does what he needs to. And so far, he's been doing that. I've seen Greentree a little bit, but they have not really been playing that pair of Coots and Greentree much in this game. At least when it comes to the fourth line guys, I've been seeing O'Reilly a lot more bouncing throughout this lineup. Kraken is a team that isn't bad, but isn't good either. Just super mid. Yeah, they're in Calgary Flames territory, which is just the worst place to be. Apparently he is here, Mike. I've only seen him on a couple of shifts, though. I don't think they've been playing him very often. Quick shot by Czechia off the face-off win, but going off wide. And now Luchenko bursts his speed, enters the offensive zone. Tries to get it in front of the net, but another block there by Czech's big defense. And they're able to get it out very effectively there. That was again, that was a classic Czechia in this game play where they make you look like you're going to get some speed and then they just take it away instantly. In front of the net, big chance. Oh man, that was a really close call again. Delayed penalty here coming against Canada. Power play here for the Czechs. They still have the puck here circling around the offensive zone. Back to the blue line it goes. Trying to get in front of the net and they score! This game is tied! Right in front of the net, a quick strike deflection off the delayed penalty. And the Czechs strike back once again. An absolutely perfect tip there. Wow. That was just perfect by Jihar. Yeah, I guess a slash by Baudouin. The stick penalties have always been a bit inconsistent to me with IHF rules. Always a bit soft, but the Czechs are able to strike on that very easily. And Jihar gets on the board. Wow. I mean, Rupe, you said Jihar earlier, so there you go. Hedzer, I'm spoiling you? Are you not ahead of me? I feel like I'm behind everybody. Wow, what a goal. What a goal there. I mean, that's exactly the type of total shift that Czechia is made to do, where they get that quick turnover in their defensive end. They go up the ice, create off the cycle, draw a penalty up. They're able to get some pressure going in right in front of the net. They're able to get a man in front. Matthias Mann as well. Perfect shot pass. Or sorry, just pass in general in front of the net. Or no, was it Banak? I thought it was Mon with the first pass. But assist goes to Adam Banak and Adam Banak as well. Goal and assist already in this one. But yeah, the only way Czechia's been able to beat Canada so far in Carter George is 2 deflections on net. 2 pretty perfect ones, though. And they're able to tie this game up. Let's go, Czechs! Let's go, baby! I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but they've been playing real solid in this game. But a 2-on-2. Again, right up the ice with some space. In front of the net, another loose puck, but nobody's able to get to it. And the Czechs get it out of the zone. 15 minutes to go in the second. And Canada reloads. Danford behind the back. Bartone back to Danford in the corner. Shooting it in front of the net, but nobody there to get any deflection whatsoever. Czechia now back up the ice. Some good speed up here. Another quick speed transition for Czechia and a soft little shot as Carter George will save that. Now, if I'm looking down at my phone, guys, I do apologize. I'm not texting anybody or anything. I'm just looking at the different pronunciations and numbers just to make sure that I'm keeping everything as solid as I can. But yeah, that was a good rush by Adam Novotny. He has some good power forward potential as he's shown in the OHL this year, and I want to see him get a bit more playing time because I think he's done real nice so far. I think Rupe is happy, as he should be. Let's go Czechia, baby. Are you guys not happy with a Czechia dub? Come on. Come on, Canadians. We want to see Czechia win, right? It builds character to lose. You guys should build some more character in the quarterfinals again. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, I'm just kidding. Maybe. McKenna almost with a breakaway, but loses the puck there. But a penalty afterwards, as it looks like Matthias Mann is going to the box here. I think, was it a Gidla trying to go for the second swipe of the puck and got tripped there? But either way, it looks like Canada will be heading to the power play, which is dangerous, Dom. You do not want to put this Canada team on the power play. It's not good. But yeah, good block there by McKenna. Mon kind of loses the puck there. Gets it back, but yeah, it was Hage that was trying to go up in transition, but he gets hooked there. Very easy call. Very easy call. I don't know what Mon was complaining about, man. I mean, you literally brought him down. The Canada power play here going with 14:27 left in the second. Czechia with the shots on goal advantage, 17-12, but Canada with the opportunity to get some back. McKenna gets it off the face-off win, circling and back into the corner around the blue line. Hage back in front trying to get it. Not able to get the shot off. McKenna again around the hash marks. Back to the D line with Perek. Gingerly pass. Still able to find Hage though. Goes in. Pass in front. Martin the shot, but can't get it on net. Goes wide. Battle for the puck, and the Czechs are able to get it out just barely. McKenna kind of went for a little bit of a drop pass. Perek might not have seen it. A little bit of a miscommunication there. But Canada gets it back with 1:22 to go on the power play. Perek now up the ice looking for his options. McKenna slides it across. Solid play there by Martin, but not able to get the body positioning on. Perek. Back along, but a loose puck goes right to a Czech forward and back down the ice. That was a bit of unfortunate timing for the Canadians. Because, yeah, that was right to him. Canada down the ice, but Czechia right there for the loose puck. Back to the point it goes. Brunic trying to keep it in. Right there, Martone. Looking, shooting. Big block, keeps the puck. And back along it goes to Iginla. Iginla now the shot and a glove save by Orzelak. Saw it straight there. Not a lot of traffic in front of the net, but Iginla ripping it. And goalie bests him there. 36 now to go on the man advantage. I will say, I'm curious to see how this power play adapts, because they haven't been doing a fantastic job of getting to the middle. A lot of perimeter play. A lot of kind of watching and seeing what happens, but not a lot of action yet. Canada looking mid. Yeah, it hasn't been unbelievable by any means, Hugo. At least not yet. We'll see what happens, but we're about halfway through the game now. I did say 4-2 Canada as my score prediction, so I'm lining up okay as long as Canada gets that next goal. Big face-off here. Luchenko able to win it. Back to the point it goes for Brunic. Now to Misa. Pass across, finds Iginla. Looking, back to Misa he goes. Misa looking for the patience. Pass across, couldn't connect. Martoni will get to that loose puck. Iginla now to Brunic. Sliding across, away from pressure. He finds Misa just in time. Now he circles away, back pass across to Brunic. Now around the net, not able to corral it completely. But it keeps going here. Martone, able to find some space. Back across, he finds Brunic, looking for an outlet in front of the net. But Tija Gilla isn't able to get the deflection, and the Czechs get that puck first. And down the ice it goes. Power play over for the Canadians. Not a ton of grade A chances, a lot of shots, but Czechia doing a very good job closing up that slot area and keeping the Canadians out of those dangerous areas. But back to 5-5. Canada looking to gain some momentum here. Oh boy. I'm very interested to see how the... I mentioned it earlier, but this power play for Canada has been a bit... It hasn't been as dominant looking as it could be, that's for sure. Czech are turning out to be a tough opponent, as they always are. Honestly, Frank, I mean, no matter what, they always seem to be a stingy team, at least over these last few years. Which is not much of a surprise, but still. Laffy has the nicest color in hockey. As well, I would like black shorts or black helmets. Otherwise, they are fun. Yeah, Laffy has some good looks. Actually, let me know. Who do you guys think, out of all the countries, has the best jersey look? Because I think if we're going best ever, the US Miracle jerseys are just hard to beat for me. But I do think Sweden is also up there. But I'm curious, like, just in terms of the consistency, who do you think has the best look out of all the major hockey countries? Canada now in the offensive zone. Baudouin with some good work around the net. Not able to get much going, though, and the Czechs get it out once more. Oh, right on George, too, with that dump out. That was perfect, trying to avoid that icing. I will say, I think the Czechs have done a great job kind of neutralizing a lot of Canada's top talent. Like, that Misa line has not been very visible. Perek hasn't really made much of an impact yet. But here's the McKenna line, who have done a lot of great stuff so far in this game. Hage circles around, gets off of a defender. Now we're in the blue line. Goes for a shot, but doesn't get through the waves of traffic. Back to the point it goes after Martin does some dirty work. And now with a shot from the blue line, it goes back into the corner. Martin slaps it around, back to the point again. Perek just able to keep it in. Now Gavin McKenna behind him. He'll go to Martin again. Now back to Perek around the hash marks. Back to Martin, but he's not going to get the shot off. Just whiffs on it. But has it around the net again. Back in front, trying to find McKenna, but a weak saucer pass was intercepted cleanly by the Czechs. And they get back into the neutral zone, escaping that pressure. Considering how good that McKenna line has been for the Canadians, pretty successful shift for the Czechs, keeping them at bay, at least for now. Martin, though, circling back in the zone. McKenna back to Martin, but just past him. Pass just a few inches wide. Not able to collect. But Hage right there. Not able to get that pass, but shoots it on net, and a block there by the Czechs. In front of the slot, the puck goes, and they're just able to get out of the zone as Carols collects it through the middle. Carols, though, gives it away, and now the Czechs come right back up. Have a great chance in front, but just wide off of George. But a turnover leads to some opportunity here for the Czechs. Back to the point it goes for Jurek. Czech shooting, and an easy save there for George. The Canadians intercept that pass off the boards, though, and a bit of a 2-on-2 going right here. Big shot there in front by Aginla, but another good save by Orzelak. Kind of having Aginla's numbers so far in this game. Wait, haven't Canada lost 4-3 to Czechia today, or was it last year? It was probably last year, Louis. I mean, unless you can tell time, or maybe you can go in the future. Maybe this game does end 4-3 for Czechia. I would love that, but they've had a couple of brutal losses to Czechia over the last couple of years. Wheel of Time says Sweden's jerseys are so nice. I have to agree. Both Sweden or Finland. Finland's whites. BPM, you are true on that. I really do like Finland's white jerseys. They always keep those very consistent. I think that adds to things. Very like Florida Panthers and like Montreal Canadiens with their white jerseys. Slovakia, that is a good shout, actually, Shamans. Slovakia has some nice threads, I will say. Intermission tier list of the international jerseys. We could do that if you guys are up for it. What is the score, please? Right now, it's 2-2 Czechia versus Canada, about halfway through the game in the second period, Olivier. Latvia are beautiful, but I like when the U.S. have navy with white helmets a lot more than those mid-blue. Interesting. Really? I think you might be the first, Rupe. Possibly the first. Ranch 540, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Grav Gang. It's good to have you today. Actually, let me see if I can put my laptop here and then put the chat up here and have it a bit easier to see. So I can keep everything in one place. We'll see if this works. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. Canada, the offensive zone, trying to sustain this pressure well. Reshny with some opportunity here. Back to Luchenko, and now to the point. Reed to Luchenko, finding some space. He'll find Reshny once more. Can't get past the defender, even with that speed. But Luchenko's able to get some more pressure going here, but a good steal there by the Czechs. And off to the neutral zone they go. Cameron Reed, it feels like he's played a lot, but no. Oh, big chance in front for Czechia, they score! What an opportunity! And Sikora in front of the net gets the lead. Oh my goodness. Just a brutal defensive mistake and lackadaisical play along the boards by Canada. And the Czechs are able to steal it, get it right to the net, and then a pass across, and boom, Peter Sikora is right there. Cameron Reed not able to win that battle. Nestrasil just absolutely manhandles him. And that first line for the Czechs is put to work. Wow. Nestrasil to Chihar to Sikora, drawing it up perfectly by the Czechs. That forecheck, literally, that for Czechia coming through at the perfect moment. And the Czechs have the lead with the 3-2. Guys, are we for real? Are we for real, Canada? Are we for real? What? Well, we'll see, of course. A lot of game to go, but with 7:47 to go, the Czechs have answered back. Wow. How can you not be romantic about the World Juniors unless you're Canadian over the last couple of years? Then it's pretty easy to not be romantic. It's actually very easy if you're a Canadian in the years of 2025 and 2024. But that goal by Peter Sahora, assisted by Chihar and Nestrasil. Nestrasil has been real, kind of maybe under the radar in this game, but making a lot of the right plays, and he gets rewarded on that one. Sam O'Reilly to Braden Coots, but the puck is turned over again, and the Czechs get back to the neutral zone, exactly where they want to be in this game. Evan McKenzie drawing around the puck, gets it across to Brunick. And the Canadians are able to get it to the neutral zone. A bit of a 2-on-1 here coming up. You got Desnoyers coming through. He can't get the shot across, but Canada now in the offensive zone with possession. Back to the point it goes. Quick shot there, but a big save there by Orszalak. Oh man, I'm interested to see if maybe they play Delaney a bit more, because he's been interesting in those kind of extra forward positions. Guys, 3-2 Czechia. What is happening? The Czechs, man. These dogs just don't stop barking. I love it. Clear there, but that'll be icing against the Czechs. The Canadians will get the offensive zone advantage here. Man, again, that's another shift right there where Zane Perek is just caught out of position, just floundering, just standing there around his own boards. I mean, Perek on 2 of these goals has just been caught flat-footed, not in the position he needed to be at, not providing great support along the wall either, and just giving up a goal likely because of it. I mean, Reed was kind of fighting 2 guys there around the boards, not able to have much of an opportunity. Is there a Zane Perek problem with Canada right now? Because he has not even been on the offensive level you'd want. Does make a good stretch pass there, though, to Hage. Then he turns it over to the Czech defender, and back up in the neutral zone it goes. Hage back in the corner, but offside for Canada, so they have to reset. Juracek gets the easy puck there. Back to Fibiger. Pressured, though, by McKenna. Some good effort level there. Hey! Some actual forechecking from Gavin McKenna? I haven't really seen that much, but that's pretty fun to see. Michael Hage trying to get that pass across, but just getting the stick on it was a Czech defender there in the perfect moment. Ooh! Czechia just sloshing a puck onto George, hoping for that rebound. Oh, now a 2-on-1. Hage with McKenna right there in front. Oh, Ginla isn't able to get that shot across. It was Ginla, not McKenna, but Hage with another chance off the rush. Exactly where you want him to be at. But a shot by Novotny. Good work to drive the net. Now Czechia in the offensive end. Perek is so overrated. Oh my gosh, come on, Canada. Yeah, it's not been great for Perek tonight. Rupe, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate that. Good night. Yeah, I hope you have a good one, brother. I do like Finland's jersey too. Like if Finland plays Sweden. Ooh, yeah. I mean, Finland versus Sweden is hard to mess up. Like you're doing good if you're watching that game. For sure. By the way, right now, we're at 86,449 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already, we have so much content coming around this World Juniors. We're super close to 86.5K though. Thank you guys so much for that. And it's been an incredible month for the channel, just in terms of the diversity of people coming by. So I really appreciate that, folks. Martone tries to get it across, but a good interception there. And the Czechs come up the ice. Right there. Oh my goodness, what a play. Almost able to get it past Carter George. Wow. Czechia's forecheck just continues to mow Canada down. I mean, what Shihar was able to do there, perfect position, so close from getting it past George. But yeah, I didn't even realize with the 3-2 goal, my game prediction of 4-2 Canada is now officially over. So sad. Brudik from the point gets that shot blocked again by Czechia. Just continuing to do what they do best, man. Okay, I'm glazing my country, but last year, major upset versus Canada. Can we do it again? I hope so. I hope so. I mean, you guys got, as long as you guys got the goaltender, Latvia can do some damage. But yeah, Czechia just again continuing. Do the Czechs just have the Canadians' number just completely? Because this is just kind of crazy to watch. Just how well they're clogging up the middle of the ice. How well they're able to trap against opponents in the slot. Like, they are not allowing the dogs, like the Aginlas, the Baudouins, the even players like a Green Tree that have like the size to get to the middle, to get to that slot, to even have the opportunity of getting those deflections. And that has been critical to the detriment of Canada up to this point. I mean, they've not been inept offensively, but they've not been at the level of confidence and swagger that they could potentially be at versus many other teams, really. Like, really, in terms of the teams that are the best set up for defensive physical situations, Czechia is right at the top in this tournament. So it's not the biggest surprise in the world. But still, they're doing exactly what they need to. The Sweden power play where they played through Stenberg was so satisfying, setting up the perfect shot for over a minute. Yeah, I mean, that Sweden power play was a joy to watch. I know that people were kind of disappointed by Stenberg's game. I don't really... I can kind of see why, because I think there were a couple giveaways that were a bit iffy. But the big thing to me is I've never really seen those in the SHL this year. And he hasn't been a careless player. I just think he was kind of getting into the flow of the game still and getting into the flow of the tournament. So I don't think it was necessarily a big problem for him. And I think he'll be just fine. The fact that he didn't have the greatest game in the world, but still finished with a goal, the game-winning goal and the assist, shows what Stenberg is capable of. I think he can play a lot better in this tournament still. That is actually interesting because we have had both Stenberg play well. We got 2 points tonight. And I think McKenna had 1 point, got what would have been like a third assist or something on the second goal, whatever it was. But let me know in the chat, who do you think gets more points in this tournament? Will it be Stenberg or will it be McKenna? Let's do 1 for Stenberg and then 2 for McKenna. I mean, I still probably lean towards McKenna, but I'm not sure. I think Sweden is going to be intriguing, so I'd still go 2, but it's going to be like a point or 2 difference between the two probably. Perek trying to glide into the zone, block shot again though. But Dwan to Denoye, but misses the pass. But a shot from the point, and Perek ties it up. That's what Zane Perek can do, man. The defense might be questionable at times, but an absolute rocket from seemingly out of nowhere. And Perek is able to tie things up. What a shot. I mean, again, that is a Perek to a T. Even when he's not playing that great, he has a shift like that where he's commanding the ice, is able to come through with a couple of really interesting shot opportunities, and out of nowhere, just rifles a shot top shelf. Beautiful, especially in traffic. Czechia had a lot of guys right in front of the net, but Perek was able to find just that little tiny sweet spot, and make it 3-3. We got a game once again, boys. We got a game once again. Oh man, this has been an unbelievable one. So much great back and forth action. My goodness. I'm hoping for Zane that'll get his confidence going again, because he does need it for sure. Man. Now McKenna with the puck as Canada gains the momentum here. Trying to get in front of the net, but missed that pass. Back along the net, though. Martin trying to battle for it. And now along the boards. Not able to get it. Was Canada. Now a potential 2-on-2. Navani with some space. In the corner he goes. Tries to fling it in front of the net. And a rebound there, but Czechia not able to strike. McKenna, sweet saucer pass. Finds the soft spot for Hage. Against a couple of bodies. He turns the puck over. And Czechia is able to find some room to get to the neutral zone and get out of pressure a bit more. Canada risks it in. Another dump in for them. Finds Fibiger on the Czech side. And to Juracek, he'll find the outlet here. But a good pressure play there by Porter Martone creates that turnover. And now Canada has the offensive possession. Again, let Martone right in front, trying to find it was Misa. Still has it there. Balancing the play. He gets it right to Karels from the blue line. He shoots. Blocked in front, though, by Czechia. Brunic keeps it in, though. Martone. Back to Misa. Now along the boards it goes. This first line, if Canada's going to have a strong chance in this game, this line has to get going a bit more. Misa now from the corner. Back to the point. Brunic looking for an option. He shoots it just wide there. And now behind the net, and Ginla resets. Going for the fake, the fake lacrosse. But nothing comes of it. Martone now with the puck, dancing around some pressure. Shoots it there. Another block, though, by Czechia. But back to Brunic in the corner. Failed clear by Czechia, but it looks like a high stick. And we'll see a pause in play. Zane Perek, though, how do you do? With a minute to go in the second, we now have it 3-3 game between Canada and Czechia. Who is Inoue replacing? I'm not sure in terms of the lineup because they've done a weird job when it comes to their deployment of, especially that bottom six. They kind of been switching guys out. It seems like Green Tree has been the guy that Inoue has kind of come in for. I don't know if that's for injury purposes or not, but that's at least what I've noticed. It seems like Green Tree has been playing the least out of everybody. I hope this game soften ups the Canadians for Latvia tomorrow. I mean, I don't know if I would bet on it, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know if softened up would be the word. I think honestly for Canada, playing Czechia first things first might be a good thing, just to get that wake up call. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Still a tight game, and if it goes to overtime, maybe that'll tire them up. We'll see. Yeah, for UT March, the Perek goal. That was what a shot too. I mean, again, that's like the difference. That's the difference in what Zane Perek can bring. At one shift, you could just be pulling your hair out, and the other, he has you off your seat. Two, just because Canada might have more blowout games than Sweden. Yeah, I could see that actually. They always love to feast on those Denmarks or whatever it is for them. Canada now with the face-off win, and Perek now glides it into the corner. Czechia with the clear attempt. Not able to get it clean, though. And now Nestrasil bounces it around. A turnover, though, created. Now Perek with it again. Trying to find the shot lane. Doesn't find it, though, and forces it on net for a turnover. And now the Czechs come right back up. Coming now across Sakura. Sakura trying to find that spot. Back to the blue line, it'll go for Mon. He'll find a streaking. Oh, man. Oh, this first line for Czechia is so much fun. The Chihar, Nestrasil, and Sakura line has been just rock solid in this game. With a few seconds to go, Canada trying to clear one more time. They aren't able to. One more opportunity here for the Czechs. Will they get a shot on goal here? Doesn't look like it. A last-minute save. And they're able to keep it quiet for the time being. That is it, though, for the second period as we come to a close. 3-3 between Czechia and Canada. What a game, guys. What a game. I'm just in awe of how good the World Juniors have been so far. It has been amazing. It has been so beautiful. Is it crazy to say Misa has been slowing down Canada this game? He's felt a bit off, for sure. Especially when you compare him to the other forwards in that first line. And again, granted, he hasn't played in, like, what, 2 months? So it's to kind of be expected, but still, it is a bit disappointing, for sure. All right, y'all, what do we think, guys? What do we think? With 1 period to go, what is your updated score predictions? Who do you think is scoring the next goal? Who do you think is getting the game-winning goal? I still think I'm going to go for Canada because the momentum seems to be on their side a bit more now. But I'm going to say an interesting one. I'm going to say, and he's been real solid in this game, I feel like. I'm going to say Aginla gets the game-winning goal. Let me know in the chat if you guys have it already. Who do you think will get that last goal in the end? Because it's seeming like it'll be a 1-goal game here when it's all said and done. By the time I memorize the players' numbers, the tournament will be over. Welcome to the club. Especially for Czechia, as much as I love them. They are kind of hard to keep track of. Especially, well, yeah, welcome back, y'all who are joining at intermission. Of course, thank you guys for joining us today. We're going to have a lot more fun here because it seems like we're going to have a lot more hockey in store. So we'll see. Sakura from Shamans. Robert says Nestrasil. I like that. Nestrasil has been, again, a little bit more quiet, but not bad. Just a little bit more under the radar, but he's made some nice plays. Sakura for the win. Is it 3-on-3 for overtime? I believe so, Jacob. Have they changed the rules, guys? I'm not sure. Actually, while you guys answer that, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Again, let us know who do you think is scoring that game-winning goal. I'll be back in a second. All right, y'all. We are back. How are we doing, guys? eLiaminator with the Martin game winner. He's been real nice tonight. He's been finding some good spots so far, so I would not be surprised about that. Yo, what's going on, Trevor Zero? It's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while, bud. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, Buem's already playing high level, and Perek can barely crack any show minutes right now. I mean, they're both kind of similar in ways. I feel like Buem always had a bit more of an edge to him compete-wise, and a bit more... Like, the biggest thing that I always come back to is... I think posture is so important for how much you can dig into a game. And Perek is always somebody that I leave a bit wanting when it comes to the physical play, when it comes to the board battles, when it comes to those chip plays. And, I mean, we literally saw earlier there was a goal that happened because he just lost a board battle clear cut. But what Perek can do best, he can rip that puck. And he's been able to make up for it in that way, for sure. What I was going to say before the second period started, Grav, unfortunately, it looks like Answer Thornton will just be a trivia question. He hasn't posted a 900 save percentage since the 2023 season. Ooh. Oh, in the OHL? Okay, so he signed an entry-level contract. Is that what you mean, Riker? I thought he was, like, pro hockey. That makes more sense, then. Yeah, I'm doing very well, Trevor Zegers, for sure. I mean, World Juniors is here. I could not be happier. It's what it's all about, baby. I mean, this is my favorite time of the year. For Christmas as well, but also for World Juniors. Let's be real. Let's be real. Come on. Let's be real. If we're being honest, who cares about Christmas these days? It's all about that World Juniors action. Let's see. All right. How does Juracek look from Rob? I think Juracek's looked real nice. I mean, he's balanced a very heavy workload with making the right decisions and keeping Canada at bay as best as he can. Hey, Leia with a 2, my man, with a huge intermission donation, my brother. I appreciate it. Now, Leia says, MLB question, all-time Texas Rangers lineup. Interesting. Well, I mean, I'd probably just go like the 2014 team, 2015 team, /2011 / of course like 2023. But I'd sub in like I'd have like basically the 2013 team, but I'd sub in like Corey Seager, of course, with anybody possible. And then I think that's fine. Yeah, that's all I need. That's all I need, really. But also, I mean, Nolan Ryan, of course. If we're going all time, I mean, I haven't been baseball pilled in so long, Leif. I'd be rusty on this question. Just give me the 2013 Rangers. That's the team I'm nostalgic for. Therefore, they're good. But yeah, as I was saying, Rob, Juracek is just blocking everything. He is just, as eLiaminator said, he's just getting into those lanes well. He's trapping opponents, especially well physically around the net, doing a good job tying them up, keeping them outside of those pure skill moments, and just doing a good job as well jumping up into the play. Nothing that's been exceptional or anything, but knowing when to play his role well. And I think that's kind of been a big part of Czechia's success so far. Is they've had a good mix of defenders kind of cycling in, knowing when to step up, knowing when to back down, and they've just been playing real smart so far. Beautiful hockey so far. It's 4 a.m. in Czechia, and I'm watching while Jakub. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Good luck to Czechia. I'm rooting for you guys right now. Hoping for that upset. But hopefully you're doing well. I appreciate it. And then Jacob, my man, coming through. Oh my goodness. I gotta say, can we please, if you guys will do anything for me right now, can we please get some love for Jacob and Lev today? Because my goodness, you guys have been killing it with the donations today, like absolutely insane. You guys have been carrying the squad today. I appreciate that so much. And Jacob asks, probably the last question for me, who was the highest draft pick in Calgary Flames history? They never had a top 3 pick. I believe it was Sam Bennett at 4th overall. Was the highest. And it's actually crazy to think about that a team that's been here this long has never had that top 3 pick, but they've just been perennially mediocre. That's why we call it the mucky middle of the Flames. I mean, they're always there. They're always in that position. I mean, they were sucking to start out this year, and now they're starting to play well. So of course they're not going to be in that top 3 again. Is what it is. But
You know, you guys know my feelings on the Flames direction, for sure. I don't like it. if you don't know. Perek can't crack NHL minutes because Huska puts him on the third line every time and not giving him minutes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing, too. Opportunity has been huge against Perek. I've not really enjoyed how they've been utilizing him. Not really putting him in advantageous positions. I mean, it's one thing to not play a guy a ton, but they're not even really giving them that much power play opportunity or, again, like you said, playing with the right teammates. It's kind of just been a bit of a mess. Though, again, don't ask me what I think about Calgary's player development. Also not good. Also not very good. Hey, and then Jacob again with the dono. My man. With the $2 coming in here, saying the answer was Sam Bennett, 4th overall in 2014. I got one. We did it, boys. We did it, chat. LFG. We finally won. I finally did it. Guys, after years, I've finally done it. I finally got a trivia question right. It only took me about 20,000 years, give or take, but I did it eventually. Just tuning in, what's the score? Right now, Eric, it is 3-3. We're in the second intermission. We got about 10 minutes to go, probably, until the third period starts up. Yeah, so it's been back and forth, so it's not been like a big blown lead or anything. It's been both of these teams just hammering each other. I thought Perek hasn't looked great today. Great goal, but a lot of turnovers, but I guess that's what you get with him at this point. That's kind of Zane Perek. I mean, at the end of the day, that's kind of Zane Perek. Like, as much as I like him and enjoy watching him play when he is at his best, it is kind of Zane Perek. I mean, I think when it comes down to it, I think Perek will have a little more consistency defensively, but I don't think it'll be by a gigantic margin. I don't think Perek's going to be that much better than he is. I think what you're hoping for is he becomes that Evan Bouchard type of player, where there's going to be questionable defensive moments, but he makes up for it with how much offense he generates. That's, I think, what you're kind of looking at there. 4:19 a.m. here in Czechia, hoping no overtime. Yeah, same here. Same here, man. Do you think Vancouver should take? Absolutely, Jacob. Not even a question in my mind about that, really. Grav, an interesting question for you. Who's the biggest prospect you think could have been an amazing NHL player, but he got drafted by a team that was a terrible fit? First, Brad Lambert. Not even a doubt in my mind on a team like Tampa or a team like New Jersey. He'd be a top 6 player right now in the league, 110%. But he's on Winnipeg. They don't really have much space on that top 6, and they also hate playing any European prospect outside of the Manitoba Moose. They just seem to never want to do that, especially if they're Finnish. So Winnipeg, I just think, was a bad fit from day one. Their player, I mentioned this before when I talked about Lambert as a potential trade rumor guy. I don't think Winnipeg gets enough crap for how bad developmentally they've been in the last few years. The only success story they've had since like Kyle Connor since 2015 was like Dylan Sandberg. And, you know, he's turned out pretty great, but that was also a lot of patience and a lot of time to get there. And I don't even know how much that was really Winnipeg's actual development there. There's been so many top-end prospects and great talented players coming through that system that have just either like assed out like a Rucker McGrody or have just fizzled out completely. And granted, not everybody's going to work out, of course, and there are just going to be busts that you can't fix. I mean, in the case of like a Ville Heinola, I don't think he was ever going to be a perfect NHL player, but I think there was something to do there, something to make him into that they just never really did. And it just never really felt like they wanted him in that system to begin with. And it just felt very strange. So that would be my first one for me. But also eLiaminator did say it as well. I think Seattle's been a black hole in terms of offensive development. So I think a Shane Wright is a great choice there. Hey, Roberts! Thank you so much, man, for the $2 or the $20 donation, or I guess it was like $5. I don't know how much it is for the Czech conversion, but thank you so much for not just tuning in as well. For all my Czech viewers here, 4 a.m. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for this, and thank you for the donation, Robert. Can we get some love right now? we get some love right now for Robert, my man. This man is up at 4 a.m. donating, being an absolute legend. Thank you so much, brother. I'm hoping for the Czechs to pull this out. Morpovic, thank you for the W's, brother. Appreciate that. Winnipeg really doesn't seem like they have the best player development. Definitely not, Cavati. It's a bit strange, for sure. Mafia says, watching from Italy right now, how has H looked? Real nice. Real nice. Real nice. I mean, I think he has been... Oh, sorry, Mattia. I think he's been probably... I mean, really, that whole Hage line has probably been the best 3 forwards for Canada tonight. But I'd probably rank him like Hage, McKenna, and then Martin. But I think he's probably been Canada's best forward, probably been their best player tonight. Danford's been really good on the defensive end, but yeah, I'd probably say he's up there. He's looking great in transition, using that speed well, playing the Michael Hage game we know he can play on the world stage, and you love to see that. Rob's a star. True, Mike. True. Prek is my only hope with this crappy organization. You can't do me like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for calling him an Evan Bouchard. I think players just dislike Winnipeg due to how bad the climate and quality of life is in that area. I mean, I can get that, but it also feels like they aren't doing themselves many favors either. I just don't think that team has had a great culture over the last few years either. And they haven't prioritized the young players either. So you just have a lot of things compounding on each other that just make it a bit iffy. You definitely have gotten more than 5 questions right since I started doing it in 2022. When I swapped between shifts at the Saddledome and watching playoff hockey at home, dude, that's awesome, Jacob. I mean, the fact that you were able to work at the Saddledome is such a legendary story. I didn't even know that, Jacob. I didn't even know that, but that's so cool, man. I mean, I think the Saddledome is just such a... It's almost like a historical piece at this point. Like it almost should just be kept forever, just to be preserved. You know what I mean? Especially that media walk, if you know what I'm talking about. But I don't understand why the Jets hate Lambert. He's a good top 6 guy that I would have loved to see Ottawa draft. Yeah, Ottawa would have been a fun place for him to go to. Geo knows. Cheers from Ottawa. Cheers as well, brother. I'm coming to you from Texas. Hopefully you're doing well. If you're cheering for Canada, let me know how you think the rest of this game is going to go. If you see a specific player winning the game-winning goal here, or what? I mean, it'll be very intriguing to see how they do down the stretch, because Czechia has come out on these closer games. They have them kind of right where they want them, but Canada with that Brett goal might have the momentum here. Starting to think Byfield's... Oh, that's another good one, actually, is Byfield from LA. Granted, Byfield is not a perfect player by any means, but the potential on that dude is just insane. It makes me so sad, because LA is such a... We're going to beat you down the throat with physicality and nothing else. And you get pretty uninspiring team. Even if they might make the playoffs, they're just very bland. And I just don't think that really works for a player like Byfield, who I think would succeed in like a high tempo environment. Even if he's not the greatest skater in the world. I think having some guys that can just kind of give him some creativity around him would do him some good. At LA, there's just not really, and they play him strangely too, between like switching in between center and wing too. And it's just kind of been a weird situation. And again, he hasn't been perfect. The goal scoring especially has been a bit of a weakness for his game, but you could tell how much there is there that just doesn't really get tapped into, unfortunately. By the way, I didn't mention it before, that by that Zane Parekh goal, assisted by Cameron Reed and Caleb Denoye, who's having a very solid game up to this point, playing as the extra forward. It's a hunch, but I don't think he's going to be the extra forward going into next game. Let's see. What do you think of Parekh comparison to Erik Karlsson? In terms of style of play, I don't think they're too much different. Like, again, Karlsson also wasn't like the most like digging deep type of like posture player either. He was very upright. But I think the big difference to me is that Karlsson just had like that sixth sense where he was able to just control a game, like dominate a shift entirely and do anything he wanted. Truly. I don't think Perek has quite that ability. He has the great ability to finish a shift like that, but maybe not quite start it, if that makes sense. But the third period is about to start here between Czechia and Canada, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. We got 103 beauties in this stream. We're going to be commentating through this entire rest of this game. It has been really, really good up to this point, and we'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments down below in the chat right now who gets that game-winning goal, because it likely is going to be a 4-3 final by the end of things. But Beitel Jakobsen starts the period with the puck. Tries to get in front of the net, but nobody was there for the puck. Spins it to himself, still keeps it here. Continuing with the cycle, Canada goes in front of the net, loose puck. But Orgilak is just able to get on top of that. Baudouin was hunting for it, but wasn't able to get on top of it. Which, I will say, Baudouin has been a bit of a disappointment, not in terms of like how he's played, or the level of play he's been at, but more so what I come to expect of him when it comes to that just ruthless forechecking, great play in front of the net. He hasn't quite found that extra edge yet. And I think Czechia's done a good job kind of neutralizing him a bit in this game, keeping him from his more like feisty attributes, if that makes sense. Michael Miso wins the faceoff for Canada in the offensive zone. In the corner, a big scrum ensues. Martone to the point. He'll find Reed. And now bounces off the corner for Iginla. Iginla trying to find some space here. Frozen in front of the net. Miso wasn't able to get that puck, though, and the Czechs find it out. Not the greatest pass by Iginla there, either. And again, it just seems like that first line has just been a bit strange. Perek to Martone. Again, Iginla not able to... risky pass, almost to a Czech stick for a breakaway, but Canada gets out of it. Martone trying to dangle through around the net, puts it on top, but Iginla is not able to get to that puck first. Misa, though, a good takeaway. Able to get that blocked pass and find Iginla in the corner. Iginla and Martone now battling for the puck. Another good stick by Martone, but it shades through the corner, and Czechia is able to get their man on it for the bounce back, but icing against Czechia, so Canada will get the offensive zone possession. Solid start to this period for the Canadians. Liam Greentree, why so little ice time? I'm not sure, Mary. It seems like Canada just kind of prefers Caleb Noye in that fourth line role. But yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time. He didn't really stand out to me when I did see him earlier. But it is intriguing how Canada's kind of matched up and mixed up these lines as we've gone. Go Kings, go for Mike. Kings vs Oilers round 5 coming up. Ooh, this spring. Please no. I want something different, man. Just give me something different. I can't have that. He was better defensively than people have given him credit for, but never amazing on Erik Karlsson. Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, at best, he was probably treading water, but on the other side, you have one of the best offensive defensemen of all time, so you take what you can get. The McKenna line out there for Canada, but a lost face-off. Back to the corner, though, as Czechia fails to clear. Martin trying to find that puck, shoots it back into the corner. Loose there for Hage, trying to find McKenna, but just a few inches too high. And back into the corner it goes. Off the boards, the Czechs clear, and right back down the ice. And another icing there, too. They were a little bit reluctant to call it icing, but yeah, Czechia, a couple of early icings here in this period. The best defense is a great offense, absolutely. And that was Erik Karlsson to a T, eh? Yeah, I mean, if Perek has like 75% of the career of Erik Karlsson, you'll take that. Like that's one of the best. That's still one of the better defensemen in the league. If he's 75% of Erik Karlsson, probably top 10. Petition to see what the NHL does a U23 World Junior Style Tournament with NHL players and prospects. That's an interesting point, Landon. Oh, McKenna, a couple of nice move around the corner. Trying to find some space. He goes back to the blue line. Shot there by McKenzie, but a big block in front. Canada able to keep it in, though. Brunick back into the corner. Martin, though, gets slammed on the boards, and Czechia is able to clear. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts would be on that. I don't think the NHL would want to do that just from an injury perspective. McKenna trying to get that across. Couldn't find Brunick in time, but he's still able to get the puck right there. Couldn't get the shot off, and now the Czechs had the puck once more. Yeah, I think from like an entry perspective, it would be maybe something the NHL wouldn't be totally for. But I think they could make a lot of money doing it. Like that's some of the best hockey you could possibly watch. I mean, we would have like Macklin Celebrini or something for Canada, like unbelievable amounts of talent for every country. Like it would be insane. But I also feel like they would just rather do the Olympics at that point. You know what I mean? Which they should do. Oh, shot by Czechia, like rainbowed just past the net of Carter George. That was a little bit scary there for a second. Looks like we'll get a penalty here, though, on Adam Jiricek. And the Canadians, with 17 minutes to go, will be going on the power play. Oh, boy. Seems like the infraction was against Coots here. Oh, yeah, just came up right in the face. Got him there. And Canada will go on the power play because of it. That's not what you want to do at this stage of the game, especially if you're Jiricek, because that's a key penalty killer off the books here for the Czechs. But a 3-3 game and a big opportunity to blow it all open if you're Canada and get past a Czech team that has been your foil for all these years now. In the previous 2 power plays, we haven't really seen Canada come alive. Just 1 shot through 2 man advantage tries. But they'll look to get some more on net. Of course, Czechia's blocking has been incredible in this game. A big reason why that shot department isn't as strong as it is. But McKenna turns it over to the blue line. Good play by Czechia to block that. And back into the middle it goes. Sikora, or Chihar, sorry, gets it back and a good pass across. Able to find Zbeznika, and he gets a tumbling shot past the goal. And now Carter George settles it down for the Canadians. Zane Parekh looking to make an impact here after his tying goal in the second. Passes it across, trying to find Hage. He does. McKenna now splits it across. Right there to Cole Reshny. Now McKenna across the ice just gets tipped enough to get it past. But now Parekh comes in again and he scores! What a shot on the power play! And Parekh has his second of the game. 4-3 Canada as Parekh has found life for the Canadians yet again. Wow. Just comes in, dances around, and just puts that perfect shot placement. Again, this has been the most Zane Parekh game I think I've ever seen in my life. But a great play to catch that puck off the air, glide into that soft space around the hash marks, and get that past Orgelock for the 4-3 goal. Wow. Wow. Parekh coming through after we were chirping him, eh? Coming through. That's wild. What a goal. What a goal. What a shot. And a second great play by Zane Parekh. That's wild. That is honestly, after, you know what? We kind of deserve that, guys. We kind of deserve that after how much we were chirping Parekh earlier. McDavid versus Gretzky on pure skill? Absolutely McDavid. Like, no disrespect to Gretzky of his era, but like, even with that considered though, when you compare the players, Gretzky was way more position focused. He was way more of a, big chance here by Martone, trying to glide in. A shot and a rebound there on Orgelock. He's spread out wide. Doesn't look like anybody is able to get to it, though, and able to get it quiet on the Czech goal. Just able to keep that out. Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. I mean, McKenna did get that primary assist, but that was really all Parekh making that play happen. Because that's the thing, his pass initially missed. It was deflected by Czechia, which they've done countless times in this game. But Parekh was able to glove it out of the air and get that shot on goal to get that goal in the end. So it was almost like they reused one of Czechia's strengths against them, using that deflected pass as almost a way to get some deception in there. So very interesting. But yeah, I was going to say that Gretzky was way more IQ focused, way more like positionally sound. He was always in the right place at the right time, always fought the game ahead. McDavid's just pure speed, pure skill. And I I think in terms of like a skills competition, it wouldn't even be close. Who's winning a one-on-one? Connor McDavid or Zane Parekh? At this point, I don't even know. At this point, maybe Parekh? No, I'm kidding. But thank you guys so much for tuning in so far. We have 104 beauties on the stream right now. We are at 76 likes. I'd love to get to 100 by the end of this game right now. Canada with the momentum, though, and 2 straight goals by Zane Parekh has put the Czechs back in the passenger seat. We'll see how they respond. Should the Stars go all in and trade for Blake Coleman and Rasmus Anderson and give it up all their draft capital for the next 2 years? No, in my personal opinion. Not for those two guys. If you're going to give up all your draft capital, I'd hope they're better players than Blake Coleman and Rasmus Anderson. All due respect, especially to Blake Coleman. I love him. But I'm not the biggest fan of Anderson, personally. And Coleman's what he is. A pretty solid third-line, two-way forward, decent goal-scoring instincts, but not going to like change the dynamic of your team, really. Anderson has his moments, but I think is very transitionally challenged. In the offensive zone, he can do quite well, but that's kind of when he has those shooting opportunities to work with. Galvis, a nice play in front of the net right there. So, oh, what a chance. Oh, they score. The rebound was there. And Tomasz Politin is able to get his second of the game and tie this game up. Oh, man. Initially, the redirection off the boards. It looked like it went right to Politin, and he was able to strike. Sakura with the great weave around. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my goodness. Able to capitalize. Politin had 2 guys on him and was still able to get that shot off. He had Danford. Wow. What a offensive play by Tomasz Politin. He had Ben Danford. Wow. Crazy. Because he had both Sam O'Reilly and Ben Danford on him, like right there battling in front of the net. He was able to wrestle away from it, get that stick in front, and just clear it past Carter George. What a performance here by the young Czech. And the Czechs in general, as they have now stolen back the momentum and are in the driver's seat once again. What a game, guys. What a game. So much back and forth. Carter George having a bit of trouble with the puck, though Canada's able to get it out of pressure there. Canada, now McKenna coming up. Good pass across, but Reed wasn't ready for it. And the Czechs get the puck once again. Up the ice. Adam Banak, who's had a good impact in this game, ends up turning it over there. McKenna, pretty nice pass across in that transition play. And now Canada dumps it in again. Martin for McKenna. Battling for that puck, but Czechia ends up clearing it. That's one of those plays though where again it's like you can see the strengths and weaknesses of McKenna. Good transitional passes there, able to find his guy effectively, but with that puck battle along the boards, a one-on-one situation, it wasn't something that he was doing much in, and Czechia is able to make that clear pretty easily. So you maybe want a bit more from Brady Martin on that play, try to facilitate that. But still, again, coming up, shooting, and he scores out of nowhere with the traffic in front. The screen comes through and Canada gets the lead again out of nowhere. After so much chaos, after Czechia ties the game, Canada responds right back. TJ Ginla, who has had a stellar game, getting into those sections. Misa, the great transition play, able to find a Ginla, and he makes no mistake. Michael Misa, that's what you can do best right there. And that's what TJ Ginla can do best right there too. A world-class shot, just getting it past Orgelock. And it's 5-4. Man, brutal blow for the Czechs. But hey, with how this game is going, it's going to be like 7-7 by the end of things. So we'll see. We got 13 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the third. But Canada now with some swagger as they get in front of the net, but Czechs avoid the pressure there. A couple of blocks as Canada looks to keep it in. They do so. Great play here by Brunick, but Canada's not able to take advantage. Back up the ice. The Czechs look to establish an offensive cycle here, get back to their game. after Canada, man. Some crazy opportunistic goal scoring is all it takes. And that first line for the Canada as well. That was one of my bigger questions with how this game was progressing. That first line coming up for the Canadians when they needed it most. Papa Ginla must be so proud. Absolutely, as he should. Teach is one heck of a player, man. Yeah, goaltending, it seems like for the Czechs, has been a major problem. That goal, even though it was very fast in terms of velocity, wasn't perfectly placed or anything. Definitely one you would want to have. Some cycle here as the Canadians get into the Czech zone. Some good tenacity there by Baudouin, keeping that offensive zone going longer. The Czechs do get it out into the neutral zone here as Galvis pitches it across, able to find a streaking Chihar, but can't get that shot across. Sakura, though, back to the points, and that shot into the stands for the whistle. Oh, baby. Oh, man. All right, folks, I need to get a little bit more water for me as we potentially end off this third. I'll be back in 1 second. Alrighty. Let's do this thing, man. What a game. What a game, eh? As Ranker says, this game is heart attack inducing. It truly is, though. There's like so much chaos, so much physicality, so much just bang and crash action. I've been enjoying it. I've been feasting with how good this game has been. Watch the Czech tie it up when he gets back. Wait. No. They haven't started the play yet again. Let's go, Misa. True Tim. I'm really excited to see him get some confidence going. That great transition play, good pass across to Aginla. That's what I wanted to see a lot more of. Definitely started a bit slow, but he also was injured to coming in, so you can excuse that a bit. Martone can't get that pass across as it was interfered with a stick there. A little bit of pressure there by the Czechs. They keep going, but good takeaway there by Aginla. Gets the puck back for the Canadians. 11:30 to go in the third. The Canadians now up 5-4 in this one. Aginla whiffing on the pass. That would have been an incredible chance for both Misa and Martone on the 2-on-1, but Jess whiffs on it. But now Canada up once more. Porter Martone with some space. Shanks it into the corner. Now across, a great chance in front for Hage, but off the blocker off the shin pad of Matthias Mann. And another big block for the Czechs in this game. I mean, that's the thing. In terms of the shot attempts, I mean, Canada has been rifling on net. They only have 21 shots on goal. Ethan McKenzie comes in and he scores! Some security for Team Canada, and they make it 6-4. The undrafted Ethan McKenzie, and the only undrafted skater on this team that had the chance to be drafted at least, makes his mark. What a shot coming off, though. Rush makes it count after a great setup feed by Michael Hage. Wow. What a play by Michael Hage along the boards, finding McKenzie, even though he was on the other side of the ice. Fantastic feed there, though. And the D makes the most of it with that opportunity. I think he's going to get drafted, by the way, in this next class. I have a hunch about it. That is huge for the Canadians to get some insurance in this game. And with a 6-4 lead now, 10:40 to go, it is all up to the Czechs to get something going. Good pressure there by rushing along the boards, but the Czechs do get it out. Back to the neutral zone they go. Past the defense, Aitchison. By the way, I haven't noticed Aitchison too much in this game, but he hasn't done a poor job defensively. Just hasn't been as noticeable as he usually is. That's kind of the thing, is that Aitchison is a very noticeable player most of the time. He's like making big hits, making big plays, having some iffy moments defensively, but is always entertaining. This game, he's kind of been more of a low-key role, so we'll see how that ends up. What a shot by McKenzie, though. That's huge. I'm really happy for him, though, as an undrafted kid. Not easy to make Canada. Earned his spot, played well, continued to play well, and he comes up on the big stage. Czechia flying something on net. Nestor still not able to get to it. I know Aitchison behind the net, and Canada's able to clear it. 10 minutes now left in the third period, as Canada has turned this game on its head, as the Czechs had so much momentum, so much comeback power, but the Canadians have kept them at bay up to this point. Back it goes for the Czechs, around the wall for Nestor, still bomb there, but a good save by George, just getting a piece of it with the pads. Juracek can't keep a hot pass in the zone, gives it away to Cole Baudouin. Baudouin now takes it across, great play across, and there Denoyer setting up Perek for the hat trick, but can't quite get it past Orgelock. But Perek again, not able to get that pass across, and the Czechs end up regaining possession. Man, of course it was Perek coming in right there. You know he wants to get that Addy. You know he wants to get that Addy. Oh, man. I mean, you got to give credit where it's due. He's been playing much, much better in the second half. But a turnover there by Denoyer at the offensive blue line sparks a Czech opportunity here. But Sam O'Reilly first to that loose puck. And now up the ice it goes. Tommy Galvis right there across for Pajnika. And the Czechs dump it in. No real forechecking pressure there, though, and the Canadians are able to get it out very cleanly. A little bit intriguing here for the Czechs. Their forechecking has kind of dwindled as this game has gone on. Galvis trying to go one-on-one, almost gets the shot on, but just wide of Carter George. But now the first line coming up. Miso with some speed, trying to get in front of the net, but just can't quite get there. But great play there to set the offensive chance, though turned over right there as Galvis gets it back. Big physical pressure by Porter Martone, but the Czechs are able to sky it into the neutral zone. Not much offensive chances going on here. Oh, until a penalty is drawn? Yeah, Teach, it is 6-4 Canada right now with about 8 minutes to go. Was that an offside, or was that a penalty on Martone? Because he was complaining quite a bit. Again, I'm not able to listen to the actual audio feed, unfortunately, but if you guys could let me know, I'd appreciate that a lot. Yeah, Goat Caulfield, Michael H. assist. He's looked fantastic in this game, man. Love it. Let's see. I don't go to school in Madison, JC, but I just live there, which I love living in a college town, man. It's so much fun. It's so vibrant. Like, at least if it's not during Christmas break when everybody's gone, obviously. Wheel of Time, is McKenzie getting drafted this year? I mean, absolutely. 100%. I mean, I think he was already going to get drafted just for how he's playing, let alone making the World Junior team. But I think as somebody that just plays a very safe game, very dependable one, rarely makes many mistakes, but looks good in the opportunities that he's given, he's hard to really bet against. I wouldn't draft him as like a top 2 round guy or anything, but as an overager, I think you can go much, much worse than him. And has that type of growing offensive game that really could spark things. Oh boy, there you go. So Martone is going to the box for, it seemed like some, that's a penalty? The IHF is wild to me, man. I can't, so many of these penalties are so soft. This is an American talking. That was one of the softest calls I've ever seen. Holding on Martone, and the Czechs will now have a 2-minute power play and the chance to really get back in this game. Gift wrapped it an opportunity, really. And this is coming from somebody that is cheering for the Czechs. That is crazy. Let me know, do you guys agree or disagree with that penalty call? Because that's pretty rough. Aries 14, how's Misa doing? A lot better as this game has gone on. Started a bit slow, a bit clunky, but especially like past the second half of the second, similarly like a Perek. He's really found his legs, Really started to support transition well. Got that great assist on a Chicha getting the goal. Just having good moments and playing that adaptable, balanced game that he's always had. So I would say pretty well overall, but that first half does kind of drag him down a bit because that first line just wasn't really clicking until it's now started to click, right? Hey, Chili, good to see you as well, Chili. I see you in the chat earlier, but I appreciate you coming in. Chances McDavid stays with Edmonton if they don't win. Year 1, year 2, could we see another Gretzky trade? I hope so, just for the health of our game. I want to see more Quinn Hughes-like trades. Give them to me, man. It was such a rush of adrenaline when that trade happened. I still am so mad about it, though, because we had a great, and producer Kat, who was in the stream earlier, we had a fantastic video going through Quinn Hughes mock trades, like so great graphics, and the members saw it, by the way. If you want to see that video, you can become a member and have that instantly access to you. But it was so good, so well produced, and we weren't able to put it because the day I was planning on releasing it, the night before, the Quinn Hughes trade just came out of nowhere. And not out of nowhere, but like it happened so fast you couldn't have predicted that. And it was just brutal timing. The Czechs in the offensive zone trying to get something going here. From the corner it goes. Now Thomas Galvis, who's been really good in this game offensively, has some nice flair to him. Sikora in front, deflection, another opportunity, but a big block by Brunic in front keeps that shot from going through. Canadians will need some more block shots here to keep the Czechs at bay, but Brunic leading by example, but not able to clear. Thomas Galvis, shifty with that puck on the corner. Right there, a shot by Sikora, bouncing, and he's able to find Sikora right there again. Nestrasil to Sikora, now along the wall. Sikora to Nestrasil in front of the net. Right there, a tip as well, but George is able to save both. Again for Sikora. Galvis keeps it. Now across. Chihar. And along the hash marks. A shot there by Pulatin, but just off of George's blocker. The Czechs still keep it in the offensive zone here, though. 20 seconds left in the man advantage. Sikora, who's been a driver for the Czechs. Now in front of the net. Oh, big chance right there, but big save by George to get the cover with the glove and keep it quiet with 11 seconds to go. Huge save, huge save. Let's see. Oh, cool. You excited for the new Madison Capitals Arena? Yeah, absolutely, JC. If you guys know the Prospect Don on Twitter/X and on YouTube as well here, highly recommend his content. Me and him went to one of the Madison Capitals games recently. Great atmosphere, and I'm really excited they're going to be getting a nice new arena. That'll be really nice in the USHL. Good to see you too, Grav. Hope you had a good Christmas. You too, Chili. I appreciate that a lot. By the way, if you guys haven't already, and I asked it earlier, what did you guys get for Christmas? I'd love to know. If you do celebrate Christmas. I got some nice stuff. I got a Calgary Flames hat for my NHL representation. But I just got a lot of nice presents, a lot of good personal stuff. It was real nice. Off the power play, coming in, Baudouin with a chance to secure an even bigger lead. But a big save by Orgelag to stop the bleeding. Man, what a play by Martone to just drive up the rush and make that chance happen. Didn't create a goal, but I think Martone has been fantastic in this game, even if the points aren't necessarily there. McDavid will get traded to some crazy team like Tampa as soon as Cooch slows down. I mean, I don't know if Tampa would ever have the cap space for him, but still. Do you enjoy single-ply toilet paper? Does anybody, Stuart? That's a good question. Does anybody? Do any of y'all enjoy single-ply toilet paper? Not for me personally. Is there another game after this one tonight? No, this is the last one, Mike. We had the 4 games or we had the 3 games earlier. So this is the 4th and final for tonight. But yeah, it's been a really fun day today. I've been just enjoying all the hockey, all the craziness, and a big thank you as well for everybody that has been watching like the heated rivalry coverage too. That's been so much fun. So that's been a lot of fun to add to the World Juniors and all that. So it's just been like a great mix of everything, and I've been really enjoying it. All right. Finland supremacy, true, Kasperi. It's very, very true. My brother is speaking facts. Just got here. How is H doing? Well, I'm very happy to report that he's been brilliant tonight. Probably Canada's best forward. The creativity and the pace and the passing ability has been world class tonight. But again, that whole line has been really nice up to this point. It is interesting, though. They aren't really playing them much late in this game, though they are getting a shift here. Obviously, much more of an offensive line than defensive, but still. Czechia, a bit of a bobble in their own zone. Leads to some Canada pressure, but the Czechs do get it out here. And around the boards, they keep it going. Big hit there by Martin. But now behind the net. And back to the point it goes for Mon. Shot there and gloved by George to secure the whistle. 5:33 now left in the third. The Czechs on the brink here, hoping for a miracle. We'll see if they get it. I'm not super optimistic, but we'll see if they get it. Happy to be a Habs fan seeing Hage tear it up, as you should be. I mean, Hage has always been incredible. And now I think you're seeing it on the world stage, though you should have been able to see it last year because you should have been on last year's World Junior team. But he's here now, so at least there's that. I will say, I'm just happy to see him actually get the time of day. And actually get to be shown to more people than just Habs fans, right? Okay, Grav, ignore that Ottawa is still being docked this year. Who would you draft a Euro scout for Ottawa if they finish in a similar position to last year? Similar position to last year. For Ottawa? Oh, a little bit of a tight shot there on Orgelock, but he's able to save it there. Canadians with some good pressure, honestly, after that 6-4 goal. They haven't backed down offensively at all, and that's why you want to play, really. Okay, so in terms of in terms of who I would draft if I was Ottawa, I think what they kind of need a bit more of in that pool is a bit more just high tempo, high pace players. They've drafted a lot of safer projections, especially on the defensive end. But I like to see them go for a bit more punch, a bit more pop, and just like overlooking like what could be in that range. I mean, they'll still probably go for a bigger guy, but even like a guy like an Adam Novotny, I think could be fascinating from just a pure size and skill perspective. You see him in this game; he's performed quite well up to this point. Not amazingly, but he's also not been given a ton of minutes. But somebody like that I mean can kind of blend what Ottawa wants with their system and what I think they could use a bit more of. I mean, even like a Ryan Rubrick, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but around that Ottawa range, around the 20s, I'd be up for that, both in terms of the size and what he can bring when it comes to the punch offensively. But I'd also say whatever can give them a bit more pace to their game, I'll take that if I'm the sense. In terms of hockey stuff for Christmas, it was smaller stuff like a blanket and a calendar. Tickets for a Rangers game just ain't worth right now because they're mid. I mean, that's kind of true, but they're still probably pretty expensive. Great chance in front, and they score! Thomas Galvis cuts the lead to 1. And the Czechs strike back and are really back in this game now. With 4:34 to go, Galvis, who has been dancing throughout this game, by the way, comes through for the Czechs and makes it a much closer game. Guys, are the Czechs about to do this? Are the Czechs about to do this? There is no way the Czechs are about to do this. Are the Czechs about to do this? Guys. I don't want to get my hopes up. But guys, this game is now close once again as Czechia has not backed down. 4:30 to go in this game, and it's coming now down to the wire once again. Thomas Galvis from Vaclav Nistrasil and Shihar. And the Czechs are right back in it, baby. Just joining, but what a showing by the Islanders prospects today. So excited about our future and our present. Absolutely, Caden, as you should be. A lot to love here. Martone getting some space, trying to slide it across to Denoyer, Brady Martin. But back to the point it goes, because Sean Aitchison loads up that shot. And a block in front by the Czechs. Big one there as Aitchison has a rocket. But now around the net, Martin trying to come through. Bounces off Juracek, but still goes wide of the net. And now the Czechs gain possession once more. Just dumping it into the offensive zone, I guess. And Canada's able to easily come after it. Ben Danford now off the glass and around the net, around the offensive zone. Denoyer picks it up first. Trying to find Sam O'Reilly, but the loose puck ensues as Denoyer gets it back. Right to the point. Shot by Brudik. That one goes a bit wide. And back to Czechia right around the boards. Big steal, though, there by Baudouin. Not able to capitalize it, though, as a steal there by the Czech D in turn. Peshnika up the ice. Czechia trying to get one more attack here going. 3 minutes to go in the third. Now in the offensive zone they go. Peshnika back to the point for Galvis. And a shot there gets blocked by the Canadians. Galvis, a one-man army right now, gets the puck back for the Czechs. Now around the blue line, dances around, still keeps that puck in, and back to the corner it goes. Man, Galvis has been a monster in this third period. I'm loving it. Novotny now dumps it back in. George, though, able to solidify that puck. But the Czech forecheck continuing to come through here. Back to the boards, making life difficult for the Canadians, but Sam O'Reilly does get that clear in time. And down the ice it goes for Matisse Mann with 2:14 to go in the third. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Come on, Czechia. Come on. Let's do this thing. I'm not getting my hopes up too high, but this would be insane if it does end up happening. Matthias Mann, pressured by Martone. Trying to find Pulatine there. And he scoots up the ice. Perek, though, good physicality, knocks him off the puck. But still loose in the corner it goes. Ginla does steal it. And is able to sky it into the neutral zone. Czechia also hasn't pulled their goal yet, even with 1:36 to go. Misa, a little bit leisurely with the puck, but still gets it back to his D partner. And Ginla, right in the middle of the ice, skies it back into the corner for a Canada change. All bets are off here for the Czechs as they try to steamroll through the offensive zone. A dump in finds Carter George's stick, though, and the Canadians settle it down. Stolen there by the Czechs, though, and a shot there. That'll go way high and have a whistle of 1:07 left. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I'd still go Perek over Yakimchuk, personally. Though now we do see a Czech empty net, which I was kind of surprised we didn't see earlier, but okay. Yeah, that is true, Chile. The Rangers at MSG, not amazing, to say the least. I mean, it's better than nothing. You could get to see the other team's players score on your team. If you like the other team's players, which you might not, but it's something, I guess. My girlfriend and I did go to the NY Sirens home opener about a month ago, though. That was fun. That's sick, man. I really want to see a PWHL game, but I don't live close to anywhere. I live in Madison, Wisconsin. There's like, what would be the closest PWHL team? Minnesota, I guess. That's like a 3-hour drive, and I'm all right. Thank you. They need one in Chicago, even though the attendance was pretty low. I got Leafs tickets to see Marner return to Toronto, calling to see Matthews and Marner fight each other when I'm there. Landon, that is sick, man. That game's gonna be pretty fun. I have a feeling for sure. Aitchison is a Sam Bennett defense, someone you will never want to play, and perfect for the playoffs. And Eisman and Barzal might be the next big duo. Eisman is legit. I mean, Eisman wasn't great in today, but also he'll be fine. With a creator like Barzal, I think Eisman is just going to be able to rip those shots on net and just stand there in the OB spot, really. Empty net for Canada. Streaking through is Porter Martone, and he will seal it, making it a 7-5 game with 1 minute to go. What a great stretch pass there, and Martone is able to make the most of it. Huge goal for the Canadians to, again, get some insurance there. And the captain for the Canadians comes through. Finally, Martone, my pick in fantasy, makes it happen. Yeah, that was just a really good play by Martin to find that space along the boards and spring him for that. Great play. Or no, it was Baudouin. My apologies. Man, Canada. Is Canada actually going to win versus Czechia? Is this actually going to happen? What a crazy game, guys. What an absolutely insane game. By the way, we are 13 likes away from 100, so if you've enjoyed those streams so far, hit that like button. Oh my goodness, Martone, as he was going to the Martone for unsportsmanlike conduct. He slapped one of the Czech players' butts as he was going to celebrate with his teammates. That is diabolical. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. Leia, thank you for the 125. My man just continues to be the GOAT. My GOAT. I can't even speak anymore, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I failed you guys. I mean, hey, it's a power play now. Czechia is still in it, baby. Czechia is still in it. You got to believe. I wonder if they put the empty net like almost immediately. Oh, and Canada wins the face-off. Huge. Huge. 50 seconds now left. The Czechs come in with one last strike, trying to hope for some miracle happening here. Not able to keep it on the blue line was Juracek. Good play by Sam O'Reilly, who's really on this roster for moments like these, who's able to get it out. The Czechs trying to enter the offensive zone, clearing it into the corner. Great steal again by Sam O'Reilly, who's perfect in this role. He skies it into the corner. Really officially seals it there. With 20 seconds to go, all the Czechs can hope to do is pad their stats. With 1:15 left in the power play. And as the seconds tick down in Minnesota, it becomes even more clear that Canada will get past the Czechs and will vanquish their demons at this year's World Juniors. A 7-5 win for the Canadians makes it their first win of the tournament. What a game. What a crazy, insane, wild goose chase this was from top to bottom. An insane game from two teams that you would think would be a bit more structured. The goaltending was a bit off. It was a bit strange. It was a bit inconsistent. But all that matters for Canada is that they got that win in the end. And there you go. There you have it. GG's to Canada in the end. I mean, just a wild circus of a game, but they really came through in that late second, early third, cementing themselves in that game, getting the lead back as well after they choked it away 4-4 to make it 5-4. Huge there. And Ethan McKenzie's goal as a solidifier was the difference. GG's, ladies and gentlemen. GG's. Let's get some in the chat. To all my Canadians, great job today. We'll see how it translates to the rest of the tournament. But now they got Czechia out of the way. The rest of the group stage is looking pretty wide open for them. Yeah, that Marteau penalty was hilarious, man. I can't even believe it. But that is it for me today, folks. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know in the community tab if that does end up happening. I got to rest my voice, guys. I'm sorry. I got to rest my voice. So I just want to give some absolute shout outs here to everybody. Let me see. Oh, wait. Was it not everybody's chats? I'm sorry if somebody got filtered out. My apologies. But for the top members in this stream, the top people that commented as many times as possible, let's shout them out. We got Jacob coming in at first place, Cameron at number 2, Riker at number 3, Then we got Turtle Chillin', Wheel of Time, eLiaminator, King Shaman's, Hockey Arcade and Coins, Triple OG Blue, Rupe at number 10. Then we got NATO E, we got Mike Henry, Roberts, Hunzi, and then Minka to finish out our top 15. Thank you so much, y'all. We've been streaming for 3 hours. It's been a ride for my voice, but I'm glad to be back into the live stream grind. It was a heck of a time and a heck of a game to commentate over. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Goodbye.